Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Fun Zone on the 2nd of June. We're officially halfway through the calendar year of 2023. What the absolute heck? My brain's melted slightly. I am the giraffe, me Jeremy Graves. I am joined by Felflony Claire, and as you will see occasionally popping up in the background, Katya the dog. Claire, welcome to Friday. We've made it to Friday, as it were. Are you ready for this evening? Are you ready for a bit of a fun, chilled-out stream, as it were?
So ready. Let's do this.
Excellent stuff. I should note, first of all, if you're joining us for the first time, we do have closed captions enabled. Still trying to work out the kinks whereby it only picks up my voice rather than Claire's, so apologies in advance if that seems at all random to you as you are watching. If you're joining us also for the first time and you don't necessarily want to chat, lurking, totally fine here. More than happy for you to lurk and just enjoy the randomness that will and or won't occur. But what is on the docket for today, you may be thinking? Well, to begin with, we're going to be talking in like a just chatting sort of setting until around 1:45, so about 10 minutes from now. Then we'll be going to what we're going to be playing, and you may be able to hear some very, very light-hearted, chilled-out music in the background. Some of you may already be able to figure out what the game is based on that, as a little hint for you. But before we get there, like I say, we're just going to get things going with a little bit of chatter, as it were. Hence the reason we are currently in the just chatting category. So Claire.
Category. Hello.
So first of all, also, going to say in advance, folks, no spoilers when I mention this, so just putting it out there now. I went and saw the new Spider-Man movie today.
It's actually called Spider-Man.
Oh, no, that's just what I call it.
You're calling it a joke, and I'm worried that one day it's just going to be called that, because I'm sure there is one called Spider-Man. Made of Spider-Man. Is that a thing?
Maybe. I mean, the amount of comics that have, like, variations on the name, there's been, like, Sensational Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, just Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man. There's loads.
I remember there was a guy who makes these, like, fake toys and leaves them in real toy shops. And one of them was covered in spiders, man. And it was just a little guy, and he just came in a box with, like, all these spiders. And, anyway, yeah, I don't want to derail you, because this is your thing. So what can you say, Jeremy, about the film?
Well, I don't know if you've seen it, but Into the Spider-Verse was quite a revolutionary animated film. Just for how much it's so good. If you can see it, it's so worth it. But so this is a sequel to that, and I think that original one came out like circa 25, maybe 16 or 17. I think it's sort of been that long, as it were. So it's been a long time coming, and again, I'm not going to say anything relating to the story or what occurs, but I came out of that film literally speechless with how much of an amazing experience, no pun intended, that I had.
2018.
There you go. I was close.
Quite a while ago, yeah. I mean, it was pre-pandemic.
Exactly, in the before times, as some might say. But the other thing as well, so a big thing that lots of my friends do, I'm sure you probably do this as well, and Keith, your husband, as well, is sometimes you like to engage in the soundtrack to a film. So you sort of go and watch a film, you're like, oh, the soundtrack's banging, I'll go and watch that, as it were, find it on Spotify and whatnot. I'm not someone that tends to listen to soundtracks in isolation. Not for any particular reason, just because I kind of like it to remain in the context of how I remembered it. But the soundtrack to this film, oh my god, I got in my car and the first thing I did was go on Spotify, look up the soundtrack and just press play. I listened to it all the way home. It was so good.
Do you know who did it?
I could tell you if you give me a second.
No, I can do it too.
So I probably have it. It is music by Daniel Pemberton.
That is not a name I know.
Per the Spotify artwork. It's a genuinely amazing soundtrack, and in the context of the film, I was utterly loving it. And
young guy, actually, only a few years older than Keith. Just looking at his Facebook page, his Wikipedia page rather.
It was so good, but that's all I'm going to say. Other than the fact that people, if you're thinking of going to see it, just go see it. Whatever you've got planned, drop it. Go see it.
I should apologise on to Daniel Pemberton, because it's not like he's a newcomer to the scene. He's been writing soundtracks since 2009. In fact, I believe he did the original Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as well, which I've just confirmed on Wikipedia that he did.
So there's a nice continuity through line there.
He also did Birds of Prey.
Okay.
Enola Holmes and Enola Holmes 2. He's also done stuff for like Peep Show, which is a British TV show. I was gonna say that's a
callback I was not expecting.
Yeah, he did some Peep Show stuff. He did some stuff for that Dirk Gently series. He also did he was co-composer on the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance series with a chap called Samuel Sim, and yeah, he's done lots of he's done a few video games. Did Little Big Planet and Little Big Planet 2.
Okay.
All in all, someone with a very good pedigree, and one who's not come across my radar, probably because of the type of movies that I like to watch. But I can appreciate a good movie. A good movie soundtrack, doesn't matter where it comes from.
Yeah, but this film, I managed to see it in IMAX as well, which an interesting part of it as well was my screening was full of children. Which at first I'm just like,
oh God, there's children everywhere.
Well, of course, Muggins here forgot his half term, so it made total sense. But there was. But sometimes, but sometimes, I've mentioned this before to you, and I think on the stream as well, sometimes I also judge a film by how often the kids need to go to the toilet.
That's a very good thing, though. Like, as in, it's a very good rating, because if they're engaged, they're not going to need to go, are they?
Yeah. There was one child that had to go 4 times.
Oh, so I think that kid might just have a problem.
Yeah, so out of like the 10, 15 kids in there, and this film is long, it's like 2 hours, 20 minutes.
That's a long film for a kid to sit through.
More adults went to the loo than children in this film.
Yeah, I mean, our bladders are way less reliable.
But yeah, just go out of your way to see this film. But another reason I bring up the Spider-Man is because I shared this with you a couple of days ago, but I thought it would be wonderful to bring it up on the stream. Because there is a tweet that went around from the Marvel Japan Twitter account. And it's quite the thing to see. So, the main thing is, there's like a spin-off manga series starting from Spider-Verse or whatever, but the catchline to this is Dr. Octopus reincarnated as a Japanese high school girl.
I have questions.
I have so many questions. But the thing is, though...
how can you be reincarnated as a high school girl? You get reincarnated as a baby. How do you jump to being a high school girl? Yeah, that's probably not the main question, but it is one of them.
I mean, I really want to read this. Heck knows if it'll get an English translation or not, but... It's the fact that
money, it will, and therefore it probably will.
But it's the fact that this even exists is what is just amazing to me, quite frankly. And I'm sure it will end up being online in some way, shape, or form in English. Be there an official release or not at some point down the line.
Even if it's not.
Because in the context of the comics, I think this is meant to sort of be a Spider-Verse related spin-off thing. I don't know for sure, but the timing seems very apt. But in the comic continuity, there was a point in time where Dr. Octopus was about to die, and he ended up doing a like mind swap with Peter Parker. So it led from the Amazing Spider-Man comic and then became the Superior Spider-Man, because Doc Ock was Peter Parker in Spider-Man. And it was a big deal at the time, and a lot of people weren't happy about it. I think it is a fantastic run of a series, because you have Dr. Octopus trying to figure out why Peter Parker's life is so naff in places.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do things better, but by doing them better is also doing things worse.
Yeah, because, you won't be able to do it better just because you know. I'm just sorry, I don't know if you spotted it, but or if you're going to mention it in a minute, but right at the bottom there was something that jumped out at me. Do you see, expect a new world presented by the tag of the popular work Hiroaka Gaiden Vigilante? Do those words mean anything to you?
It does, but off the top of my head, I've had a bit of a brain fart, so I will let you elaborate.
Hero Academia. My Hero Academia. So that's Hiroaka is like the Japanese shorthand for My Hero Academia. Vigilantes is a spin-off of My Hero Academia done by a different manga artist. So I'm wondering if that means that it's the manga artist who does Vigilantes.
Wouldn't surprise me.
The chap who does it is a chap called Hideyuki Furuhashi. I'm just quickly looking up. The main writer of the My Hero Academia spin-off, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. He writes it, and the artist is a chap called Betancourt, which is a very un-Japanese name. Oh, his name is Betancourt. And what else has he worked on? Just interested.
But either way, though, while you're looking it up, though, the fact that the person doing this is tied to one of the biggest manga out there currently, be it a spin-off.
Like side by side, but yeah, it's huge. It's a big deal. Also, I think I'm just looking. This chap apparently has done some stuff for Street Fighter too. Not Street Fighter 2, but Street Fighter as well. Probably Street Fighter 2 as well. Yeah, he did. He worked on Street Fighter Rivals and Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. He did the ending art for that game. Is Street Fighter 5 one of? No, it's 7. We're up to 7 now, right?
6 came out today.
Oh, then 5 was the most recent one I'd have seen footage of then.
Yeah.
So that had some beautiful artwork in it.
Well, it's the thing. 6 has literally come out today, and it's already smashed records in terms of concurrent players and whatnot. So
it really did show that I'm not really on this person's radar, because I did not know.
But that being said, though, it's not the 6th Street Fighter game, because there are countless amounts out there. There's like
Spider-Man 2, where I was having a meltdown over that. And you're like, I love Spider-Man 2. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, so I wanted to bring that up though, because that's good fun. But sorry, I cut you off there. Please continue.
No. It's yeah, because that makes sense now. Because I had wondered how the chap who does My Hero Academia was able to do 2 manga when one is like the biggest one in the world, basically. And it's because he doesn't. It's because this is a different person. But it is a spin-off, and it is very popular because I think it's set in a different time, like maybe before or after.
Admittedly, I don't read My Hero that much, so I
know it's not taking place really even if it is at the same time, it's not taking place in the same kind of environment.
It's very much a spin-off.
It is, yeah, exactly. It's a spin-off. I just don't know if it's a spin-off that spun off years before, if that makes sense. But yeah, the chap who does it, there's not a huge amount about him online, but I think it's because this is his job, you know. He draws shit, and that's basically all people have got to say about him, which is good, because then no bad things, please.
Exactly. But of course, the other thing to tie into it is the fact that you've got a Marvel superhero spin-off comic being done by a Japanese manga spin-off creator, as it were, or writer.
He's probably thinking, I don't want to get flipping typecast as the spin-off guy. You know?
Well, it's more the fact that Marvel probably went, right, we want to do that. There's this idea, or they probably said to people, like, pitch an idea to us, and the person who is being linked with it makes perfect sense.
It's interesting because the words Vigilante Hiroaka Gaiden don't appear together in any articles other than the ones announcing that one.
Yep.
So it's like all the other ones aren't quite the same. Did you hear that noise? Nope, that's fine. That's just on my end then. Cool.
Was it your pooch?
No, I thought it was weird. It was like a doorbell that I don't have.
Just the phrase "a doorbell I don't have." It just says a lot, really.
Just wait a second.
So, what are we going to be playing today, folks? Well, as we sort of had teased a little bit on social media, we're going to start the journey for a new game, as it were. We've got sort of a lot of ideas for games that we want to play long-term, as it were. But I was just having a look through Xbox Game Pass and such, trying to think of a few games, and there are definitely some more there. And, I just hit my microphone. There's definitely some more there we want to delve into at some point in the future. But the one that we have settled on is a game called Return to Monkey Island.
It's like we never left.
So I have never played this, admittedly, like any monkey. I've seen friends playing the Monkey Island games. I love the world. I'm not particularly amazing at point and click games, so it will be interesting to see how this all unfolds ultimately. But we are going to delve in to Return to Monkey Island, as while I write that, I'm going to change the category we are in. So Return to Monkey Island, there we go.
Jeremy, I can tell you my very quick thing that I found that made me laugh. I don't even remember how I got onto this.
Okay.
But there is a list of the top most edited Wikipedia pages, right? As in the Wikipedia pages that are like pulled back and forth and changed the most.
Hmm.
And I can't find the blooming thing now, because of course I can't, because now I want to tell you about it. It's gone. And
Well, I'll tell you what. If you keep it in mind, if you remember, do let us know. But have switched over to the game screen, as it were. So hopefully that is going to be appearing okay for folks. I will tell you now, if you see a name in the top left corner of the screen, that is my very old Xbox gamer tag. I'm just putting that out there.
Big J28.
Big J the 28th. It's because of the evolution of the Xbox consoles. I picked a random number. That's basically what it was. That's how my younger brain worked. So an interesting thing to start off with, Claire, because again, I've never really played the Monkey Island games in depth. I've seen friends play them in bits and bobs, and I sort of love the universe. But I notice on the screen here, as we've started, there is a thing that says, view the scrapbook if you are new to Monkey Island or need a refresher. So would we like to know what is going on in the world of Monkey Island before we delve into the game?
Sure, because I'm pretty sure the last one ended with it, and then it was all a dream or something. So I'll be interested to see how they did that.
Yeah, and I think one of the key things about this game as well is it was the original creator who came back, who had also done Monkey Island 1 and 2, but not the third one, I think it was. Or something like that. There is something to do with that. Again, not very familiar. But either way, we're going to have some fun. But let's delve into the scrapbook.
Hey, want to see my mighty pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures.
Sure.
Ever since I
mean,
was
I
a
clicked
kid,
it, didn't I?
I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
Hopefully the sound is okay for folks, but do let me know if it needs to be a little bit louder.
It's a bit quiet for me, but I don't know what it's like.
That's cool. I will bump it up a bit before we proceed. There we go.
Definitely then.
If it's too loud, do let us know in the chat and I can sort that out accordingly. Righty then.
That's me, Guybrush Threepwood.
Tell me more.
That's me, Guybrush Threepwood.
I did that. What do I do?
Oh, that was the same again.
Oh, do I need to hit RB? Okay, right.
In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth.
Oh, you can select other things.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
Okay, so now here.
In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth. Mastering sword fighting was more a matter of wits than agility. This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. She was governor at the time. The pirate leaders were in charge of the 3 trials, acting as judge, jury, executioner, and devoted grog tasters.
Devoted grog tasters? That's the name of a band.
Right?
The test of thievery involved breaking into the governor's mansion. The security was heavy. Things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials.
Go on.
LeChuck thought he was in love with Elaine.
That was that note? Alright, sure.
That's
My first ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I, sort of falsified.
The Sea Monkey is the name of the ship.
I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine. Monkey Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map.
I've been described that way.
I can relate to that as well.
On the island was a gigantic monkey head statue with hidden catacombs underneath. There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists. LeChuck's ghostly ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface. I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other.
Herman Toothrot.
Which is a good name.
The monkey head opened with a special key that you stuck in its ear.
Are there subtitles on the screen?
No. I can go back. Can I go back? Let me see if I can.
It should allow you to do it in the settings at some point. I'm just aware
let's
of
have a
it.
look. Text and language. SFX subtitles. I'll turn it on for yes.
No, I mean, do you want SFX ones?
Hello.
Oh yeah, text speech. Change it to speech and subtitles. I bet that's what it is.
Text plus speech? Because it's speech only, text plus speech.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
And you can turn the SFX subtitles off, I think.
Okay.
for now, unless somebody asks them. Otherwise that'll get annoying, I think.
Also, writer's cut. More blather, worse pacing.
Let's just stick with what it is right now.
Yeah, I just love that as a thing. So, okay, right, let's go back.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's a very good point. So now let's go back into the scrapbook.
Hey, want to see my
There we go.
pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures.
Why am I watching? I should be watching the one that's in real time.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
Fighting my rich.
In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth.
Should we watch all of them again, or should we just skip to where we were?
You just get to where you were.
Things took an unexpected.
We got to
Monkey
hit.
Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map. On the island was a gigantic monkey head statue with hidden catacombs underneath. There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists. LeChuck's ghostly ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface. I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other.
Herman Toothrot is still a fantastic character, though.
I love
The
the little
monkey head
drawing.
opened with a special key that you stuck in its ear.
That looks really gross.
We wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning conclusion to my first big adventure. That turned out Elaine already had everything under control. How does she do that?
She's smart.
By then, I had learned that ghosts like LeChuck are vulnerable to root beer. Just trust me, it works, okay?
Your face is a picture, Claire. That's what I'm going to say to that.
I defeated LeChuck, and he basically exploded.
Oh,
It was the beginning of something magical.
everybody just started exploding.
So I guess that was Monkey Island 1 then.
These are from
Right.
the time I went to find the treasure of Big Whoop. The mysterious voodoo lady at the International House of Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once. The map to the treasure had been torn into 4 pieces, which, let's face it, is about as piratey as it gets. Elaine always seems to know when I need her. Again, it came down to just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic, but then, so was I.
I love the fact we haven't actually addressed how LeChuck came back when he basically exploded, but I won't judge.
Have you never seen Pirates of the Caribbean? Like all the
One
time.
time, Elaine got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course.
Behind the
never
statue?
gives up.
Hang on, what was that again?
The fact that he turned her into a
Did
statue
LeChuck
tells me
behind her?
LeChuck
I'm like,
doesn't
behind
really
the statue?
love Elaine. He thinks of her as furniture. I got eaten by a snake.
That image!
Oh, that's pretty funny though.
That's great.
I got buried alive. I erupted a volcano on purpose. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for Elaine. It was around
Yeah,
this
see what
time that I
Elaine's
met
getting at,
Murray,
of course.
the allegedly all-powerful demonic skull, after a rousing sea battle.
Just adjusting my microphone. There we go.
Things backfired on LeChuck because Elaine and I got married when it was all over. Game, set, matchmaker.
More like McCuck, am I right?
This was a great day. Though in retrospect, we shouldn't have had the scum bar handle the catering.
The scum bar.
That's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. We got them to match.
Ew.
Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles, I think. I wrote
Yeah,
a
okay.
great haiku for the wedding invitation. I don't know why you have to have candy-coated almonds at a wedding, but apparently you do. Oh man, this was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried to use a mystical talisman to make Elaine his bride.
I have many questions.
Everything started because they thought
Like
Elaine
whose
was
fault
dead,
that is.
so they held an election to replace her. LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time. I made
Apparently in
a
a
goofy
monkey
monster
robot.
out of prosthetic body parts. It didn't help with anything, but I had fun doing it.
You do you, buddy. Oh, hang on, was that another one?
Oh man, LeChuck and I battled it out on
No,
a
it wasn't,
grand
sorry.
Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed. Morgan Le Fay betrayed me, even after we bonded inside a giant manatee. I should have trusted her less.
Morgan Le Fay. Great name.
The death card doesn't usually represent literal physical death. Except when it does.
Yeah.
I went on trial for my life on 4 separate charges. I defended myself, of course.
Terrible idea.
Oh, here's that voodoo doll from the end of my big whoop adventure.
Note to self, get more paper for the rest of my adventures. This is our kind of game, Claire. Alright, that is the scrapbook, so that's basically what we need to know, seemingly.
Apparently so.
So I guess from there, let's delve in to Return to Monkey Island.
Let's
Oh,
return
well.
to the Son of King of Monkey Island. Now, I wouldn't do it on hard mode. Honestly,
No, I won't.
why put ourselves through that?
I won't. Casual. Very, very casual.
Filthy casual mode. So I'm trying to adjust my...
An unexpected story begins. Do we see if I can adjust it on my end for you?
No, sorry.
Take this,
You might
LeChuck!
have it.
Guybrush, come over here, gently now. Remove my mask.
Work it out, don't worry.
Will you promise to stop picking on me? All right, I promise. Anything. Just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids. You're not supposed to be in here.
Whomp, you kid!
What's next? Let's goof on those two. Pretend they're our parents. Yeah! Sorry we ran off. You were probably worried about murderers and ne'er-do-wells.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
That's fine.
I found him.
Come on, let's go.
Let's pretend I have
Oh look, they're in a
powers
theme
that
park.
make
I'm sure that's how the
lightning
last
come out
one
of
ended.
my eyes.
It's so lifelike.
Hey, no, there you
What
are.
if it's real?
The giraffe on that balcony.
Ah, yes, I see.
Sorry, boys, could you stop following us? It's creepy.
Their parents.
Yes, sir. Come on. I saw a scurvy dog shack back there. Scurvy dogs. I've never had one of those. No way. You have to try one. It's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. No fooling. Wow.
Use the left stick to walk. I am. Talk to Chucky by turning towards him and pressing A. Oh,
What should we do next? We gotta
Your
get
friend?
scurvy dogs. I can't believe you never had one.
He must be your mate.
enter the Scurvy Dog shack by walking through the doorway.
Oh, this guy's so over it.
Use left bumper or right bumper to... or the right stick to cycle through the different objects around you. Okay.
Aye.
Okay, that's actually not a bad way of doing that. I like that. So we'll start off with this, as that's what it started with.
They put it on a leg to keep you from walking off with it.
Oh, there's a key on it. Okay. Press X on the key to pick it up.
I'll
That's a
bring this
big key.
right back, sir.
You'd be wise to do that. I got the leg from the last kid who didn't bring back the key.
Kids come in here with prosthetic legs.
Press Y to open your inventory and look at the items you picked up. Okay.
And
My to-do list and the key to the outhouse.
I once got a scurvy dog that was bigger than my head.
Okay. Read the sign.
It says, return outhouse key when finished, or else.
Fair. Oh.
That's where the outhouse key was.
Oh, okay. That was me attempt. Right, hang on. There we are.
How much are the scurvy dogs?
Scurvy dogs are only a half piece of 8. That's
I don't think
money
he's got any money.
that grown-ups use.
I know what a piece of 8 is. Some places you go have scurvy dogs with cheese inside.
At least they tell you it's cheese.
Oh!
Those glasses are thicker than the layer of grease on the floor.
Ask the counter
Dude,
guy
we're
for
gonna sit here and
stuff.
bully this minimum wage employee.
Ask the counter guy for stuff. Oh, where's my cursor gone? There we are.
You kids better have money.
Okay, we do not have money.
We've got all kinds of money.
Oh my word, right. Use the left stick and press A to select a response.
don't think we can get anything because we haven't got any money, but go for it.
Which one do you want to say?
Chicken foot fries!
Can we get some chicken foot fries?
You got 2 pieces of 8?
No.
Then no fries.
Worth trying.
I get the feeling this is going to be
How much are the
going to be what
scurvy
he says
dogs?
for all of us.
Oh,
Scurvy dogs
half piece
are
of
only
8, we
a
know
half
that.
piece of 8.
So 4, I guess.
How much are those chicken foot fries?
Chicken foot fries are 2
I just noticed they're
pieces of
attached to a pole on the right there,
I know,
slowly
right?
swinging.
Or order a grog.
How much is a mug of grog?
Grog's for grown-ups.
I thought, that's alcohol. They ain't going to give you that.
Oh, okay. Where is it?
What does the sign say? Did you read the sign?
We did. It was return
Oh,
outhouse key, I think it was.
For 4 days straight.
Chucky, your ideas suck. What else you got?
Looks like they need a swabby in here. I'll never be the ship's swabby. That is really, really low.
You totally will, son. You're a swabby for life.
Okay, well, I think we're good then.
What should we do next?
We gotta get to scurvy dogs. I can't believe you never had one.
Okay, what else? What have you got in your inventory?
I have my to-do list and the key.
Okay, so what is the key open? And what's the to-do list? Probably just says get scurvy dogs, right?
Yeah. Buy scurvy dogs.
There you go. So let's go find what the key's for.
Sorry, say it again?
Let's go find what the key is for.
It's for the outhouse, which I'm going to assume will be out here somewhere. So, what is this?
The words don't look like words, but there's a picture of a scurvy dog.
Did
Oh.
you know you can keep a scurvy dog warm by sticking it in your
Chucky, you're
armpit?
so gross.
It's locked. Good thing I've got the key in my pocket.
Use the key. Use the left stick to move the key. What, to move the key outside the inventory? What?
Yeah, to move it out of the inventory so you can use
Oh,
it.
right, okay. The way that was phrased was very confusing to me. Wow. Wow, okay.
Gross.
In France,
Yeah, my
they
thoughts
call
exactly.
A scurvy dog a chien scorbut.
Gross.
I don't want to peek inside the
Chucky,
toilet.
why don't you look in the toilet?
No way.
Why don't you look in the toilet?
Okay.
Dude,
Gross.
Okay.
Gross.
can you look in the grate?
Gross. It isn't a piece of 8, but it's a round piece of metal about the same size and shape as a piece of 8.
That's called a slug. It's like a fake coin.
Yeah, take
Fake
it.
coin is almost as good as a real coin.
Well, I guess we're going to use that to pay for the freaking thing because the guy's glasses are so bad.
Yes, good thinking.
What should we do next?
We gotta get to scurvy dogs. I can't believe you never had.
I can't even tell if it's animal, vegetable, or mineral.
Smell the sludge?
What is this stuff? Smells the same as the toilet. Please wash hands before leaving outhouse.
Wash them in what?
In that liquid.
No,
I want
That's a
some
no
two
from me.
scurvy dogs at the same time.
one in my mouth and one in my butt.
Alright, well, let's go in and see if we can buy a scurvy dog. Oh, hang on. First of all, return the hook.
That's where the outhouse key was.
Can you? You might be able to drag it out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's very confusing how it does that, but sure.
Hey, look! I'm returning the key.
You want a medal?
Yeah. Would that be worth a scurvy dog?
Those glasses are thicker than the layer of grease on the floor.
My ears work just fine,
I
you little
don't see
mobbin.
very well, but I can hear just fine.
Oh my God.
I have an extra tooth in the back. I can feel
Sorry,
it with
but-
my tongue.
Now what?
Oh, that's an achievement, apparently. So there we go. Good job, us. So we want a scurvy dog. So can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure. If you give me a piece of 8.
Open your inventory.
Give the
What can
vendor
we
the
get with
slug you
this?
found. You just reach in and then just pull your fist out and hit him between the eyes. What?
Tastes like a piece of 8. Enough.
Ew,
for a couple of
that was on the
scurvy dogs if you
floor.
want.
Perfect!
Oh.
Take 'em, boy.
Oh no.
What are you getting?
What?
Just kidding. Here's yours.
Oh God. This is some cow and chicken level gross food.
Ah!
They had a way of drawing. Oh,
What do you want to do now?
Throw up.
is that
What
it?
do you want to do?
Chucky has good. No, you don't have good ideas, Chucky. I resent this. What's
It's
in?
the only place you can go now that you haven't. Oh, what's in the barrel? A rat, just chillaxing.
Rat's got the right idea.
Hey, Chucky, get ready to run.
Oh, are you gonna play Knock Knock Jenny?
I guess they don't like visitors.
You can go through the way that the two people went that were like,
Wakey,
"Don't stop
Mr.
following us,
Pirate.
following us," or whatever.
Hmm.
Hello? Phil!
Ah, he's dead to the world.
What does the parrot do?
He's just done with your shit, is what he
Sounds
is.
real.
It's real. All right. Well, let's go and follow these two people then, I guess.
Yeah, let's be creepy little boys.
Oh.
That's my friend Dee. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Chucky, what are you jerk faces up to?
We just got here.
I'm making a list of stuff to do.
Give me that. I'm an expert planner. There. Perfect. See you around the park, shitheads.
Rude. Oh, so she's added some things to your to-do list.
Oh my word. Right. Mess around. Check out the anchor. Beat Chucky in a race. Feed the duck. Add some sauce to my scurvy dog. Practice sword fighting. Find a 4-leaf clover. Make a wish at the wishing well. Find our real parents.
I get the feeling that some of these are optional and some of them are required to move the story along.
All right. Well, check out the anchor.
That's a cool anchor.
That just shows how little you know about anchors. This one's not a very good example. You'd know that if you read as much about anchors as
You were an anchor wanker
Did
like
you
me.
know that anchors
You'd
originally
know.
weren't designed to
Anchor
Did I do it to you
wanker.
again while you were drinking? I'm sorry.
shot from cannons as a grapple when you were trying to.
Oh, I'm
murder
not
the
a
ship.
good
They can get
wanker.
bigger and bigger because they would do more damage that way. Then people noticed what happened when you missed the
Should I
exit
skip?
and
Well,
hit
yeah,
the sea
I'm-
bottom instead.
I'm kind of
The
interested to
current
see how long she'll
O-shaped
keep
design
going.
is actually less effective than the sharper V-shaped design that was popular last century. But the older design went out of fashion after sailors started to think the letter V was bad luck. You can still find the old kind around sometimes, but collectors have grabbed most of them. On a modern anchor, if you look close, you can tell that one side is a little
This is a
larger
tutorial
than the
to
other.
teach you how to
That's
skip through
prevent
dialogue,
what's called
isn't it?
Yeah, I know, right?
When the anchor goes
Yeah,
down
I've just
too
realised.
evenly,
All right, I'll
and
skip.
when it does a little
Yeah,
for
go for
most
it.
anchors, about 30.
Oh my
but
word.
The only way the word anchor, they're called,
Yeah.
All right. If you missed anything, press left on the D-pad to see previous lines. Well, that's a good thing to know. So press
She's
left on.
called Dee.
Okay, well, there you go.
Her
So-
house is probably the D-pad.
So what else did we have on the thing? So beat Chucky in a race.
On a race.
Alright.
Hey, Chucky.
Oh, look, a
Want
racetrack.
a race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3,
What do I do? Hold L shield.
go!
Oh, what? Hold L trigger or R trigger to walk faster. Alright.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Well.
I think you can do it again.
Darn.
Alright, well, let's.
I wonder where this path.
Nope. There we go.
You up for another race?
Hold.
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, I actually need to manually. Okay, so I need to actually use
Fucking
the.
that's like if I'm
I need to
fucking
actually
that, we've got to
move. I need to move the stick and hold the trigger to do it. So.
Well, we could just keep trying. I get the feeling this is teaching us things we're going to need later.
Yeah.
Up for another race?
You're on.
All right.
I'll officiate.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, cheater.
Oops.
You have to wait until I say go.
All right.
This is me on my
You
first
up
3
for
driving
another
tests.
race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go!
There you go.
Yay!
Win!
And Chucky ran into a tree.
Yep.
He's dead now.
Sounds about right.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. So
Oh,
apparently we need to feed a duck. Take some bread.
Hey, hands off.
so
Did
you
you know
can't
your
take the
feet
bread.
won't smell if
Okay.
you don't wash them?
What happens if I?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Could we have some of your bread to feed the duck? Do you agree?
Sure.
Could we have
Yeah,
some of your
alright.
bread to feed the duck?
I don't think so. We brought it for ourselves.
All right.
I
Oh,
wonder
no,
what's
see
in
if we
that
can get out of the
basket.
basket.
Let's find out.
What do you think you're doing? Kids these days. You have no regard for personal property.
And no respect for your elders.
I have half
Oh,
a
it says you
mind to
take
give
the
you a
bread while the
piece of
couple's
my mind.
distracted.
How rude.
Cool, you got the bread now. And now you can feed the duck.
At home, give it some of your bread.
I'm trying.
Give it some of your bread.
Oh, inventory. I'll get used to this control. Oh, what? Okay.
Bread. Oh.
There we go. What did the sign say?
Hey, look at that thing on
Don't feed the
look at
duck.
that. Look at that thing on the floor by the barrel. Looks a bit like sauce, doesn't it, Jar?
What is this?
What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup. It's supposed to be really good with scurvy dogs.
Pick up the ketchup. What?
You should put that on your scurvy dog.
That is one of your to-do things.
So grab it.
Oh, it's showing you how to move things within your inventory.
So select the ketchup with the left stick.
Yeah.
And press A, which I'm doing. Thank you.
And then select. Right. Okay, cool, you've done it.
And now take a bite, press X.
What? Oh no, I can't even look at that. Yeah, I'm with you, mate. That's grim.
Yuck! I don't think that was ketchup.
Whoops.
Oh.
Right, what's that to do? Let's go now. Practice sword fighting. Find a 4-leaf clover, make a wish. I'm guessing here's where we practice sword fighting.
I'm fucking curvy dog.
Do not pick the 4-leaf clovers. As if.
That guy's got a
I
sword.
found one.
Oh.
Awesome.
There was still one left? Darn.
Well. Yeah, like you said, that guy's got a sword, so I guess... Oh, hello. Practice sword fighting.
Let's do Frank.
Oh,
You can never hope
we'll
to
fight
beat
with our
me.
scurvy
No
dogs.
way! You'll never catch up to my level.
I win.
I win.
Nuh-uh.
You guys are both pretty weak.
Well, anyway, that was fun.
Alright, done.
Cool. So, what's left?
But did that classify it? Yes, it did. So make a wish at the wishing well.
Ah. Well, well, de la wishing.
Now, where is the wishing well? Oh, there. Alright. Oh, hang on.
There it is.
Thank you.
Coin.
I should throw my coin in and make a wish.
Yes, you should. Before you use up your wish, maybe you should save the game so you can load your save game and try another wish.
It's being very kind to you. I think you should do that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Save. Sure? That's very confusing how it's laid that out. But oh, the first one's an auto save, I guess. All right. So I wish Chucky had a moustache. I wish Dee would disappear. I wish for a cool plant. I wish for another scurvy dog. I wish I could speak backwards.
None of these are particularly useful, and some of them could potentially be very annoying if they actually take place.
Part of me wants to hear the speak backwards thing.
Well, you just saved, so you can do whatever you want.
I wish we could speak backwards. Or what is...
Yes, you know.
Yes. Well,
That was fun.
Oh,
Okay, come
man.
back on.
It wore off.
too bad. You made more sense than usual.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it too. I guess the other things happen too.
Open the gate.
Release the hounds!
This place is fun.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Oh, that's your actual dad.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Threepwood.
Hey, kids. Having fun?
Yeah.
We got scurvy dogs.
Those have toenails and stuff in them. Ugh, I read about it.
And we were playing your adventures. We just did Big Whoop.
Big whoop. Oh, boy. That takes me back.
I like it when Chucky asked me to put his leg back on. He says it really funny.
You guys always make up the craziest stuff for the ending of that story.
It's fun.
But you can't just change it around. That's not how storytelling works.
A lot of your stories don't feel like they're finished at the end.
What do you mean?
Well, like, there's this one that you call The Secret of Monkey Island, where you went to Monkey Island and fought LeChuck.
Oh, that story has a great ending. There's punching and fireworks. I thought you liked that one.
But you never did find the secret. Not the real one.
Sure, but that's not what that story was about.
The real
Kids,
secret was
let me
that
tell
we
you a
didn't tell
story
along the
that is
way.
about finding the secret of Monkey Island.
Is this a long story?
I think maybe I gotta go use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I have to go walk my tarantula.
Maybe I
Found
should
today.
go with them.
No, stick around. This is a good one. See,
Also, I glued
there was a
the chair.
rumor going around that my old nemesis, LeChuck, had somehow discovered the exact location of the secret of Monkey Island. I knew I had to get it before he did, so I went to Melee to get my own expedition started and beat him to the punch.
Dun 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 dun.
Deep in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean.
The island of Melee. I could listen to this music all day. I appreciate I'm just not saying much. I just like the music.
I feel it.
I imagine I could probably skip this sequence if I wanted to.
Robin Maker.
There we go. It's like we just watched an opening sequence from an anime.
Nobody looked at the sun or looked sad.
Oh,
We started part 1. That's an achievement.
Feels good to be back on Melee Island, the hub of
Time to
pirating
punch
in the
some people.
Caribbean, where every good expedition begins.
Doesn't
To see some
pirating
old
is a
pals
word.
and get
Getting
things
an
rolling.
adult thing.
Or sailing in this case. Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Remember me?
Haven't seen you in a while, Threepwood. What have you been up to?
Well, you know, freebooting mostly, swashing buckles and so on. But now I'm getting an expedition together to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, you're sailing with LeChuck.
What? LeChuck's here in Melee? Is there widespread panic? Are people evacuating?
He doesn't seem interested in carnage at the moment. Ship's just here taking on supplies and crew, as far as I can tell.
Well, anyway, no, I'm not sailing with LeChuck. You know my history with him.
Rude. I don't like him. He smells bad.
So we can say, LeChuck kidnapped my wife. He's an evil zombie ghost pirate, terror of the seas. We've been enemies for my whole career. That guy steals all my best ideas. I mounted my own voyage. Mine.
Pick whichever one you want.
I mean, kidnapped his wife multiple times by the sound of it, so...
Yeah, fair enough. I think they're all accurate.
LeChuck kidnapped my wife. He's always had designs on her. I sailed to Monkey Island to find them and get her back.
Oh, I thought you weren't married yet when that happened. And didn't she more or less rescue
Actually, I'm
herself?
getting that
That's
feeling.
not the point.
It kind of is the point, dude. So I think what you can do is you can go through all of these options, but one of them will make you
further it.
continue.
Yeah, well, which one do you think will further it?
The one that doesn't refer to your history, if that makes
So
sense.
I'm mounting my own voyage.
Yeah, I think.
I'm mounting my own voyage. Mine.
Well, you'd better get cracking then. LeChuck's loading up on the outer dock as we speak.
Well, I'm gonna hire a ship and a crew and beat him to the punch. Just as soon as I can get someone to back the venture. I'm a little short on funds at the moment.
In that case, you'll want to go talk to the pirate leaders at the Scum Bar.
Exactly. That's why I came to Melee. It'll be great to see those old guys again. We'll knock back a grog and hash out the details.
Scum Bar, by the docks. Long table in the back.
I know where I'm going.
We'll see.
Alright. So, where does that go to? Head for the island interior. Oh, no. Okay.
Apparently you can't do that yet.
So hang on. Alright, well let's see what happens if I go down here. Oh.
Re-elect Governor Carla.
So this is down at the dock, they just said. Okay, so I need to go back.
To the pirate guys in the inn. The Scum Bar?
Yeah. Or as I keep wanting to call it, the Scum and
I just
Villainy
came from up
Cantina.
there. I really need to talk with the pirate leaders before I admire the view again.
Is this building not the building you need to go into? Is there a door?
It doesn't look it, so...
Oh, is that the bar?
Oh, well, okay, I didn't walk
Yeah,
far enough.
obviously the bar, yeah, go on.
So the long table at the back, they said.
I can see it.
There's 2 long tables.
Yeah, but the book.
Take the trivia book. Okay.
What is it?
There's not a lot of context for that, but sure.
It looks like something you collect things in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, in the back of the Scum Bar is the kitchen, the cellar, a fishing trophy, or a giant whale.
So in the back of the Scum Bar, what was it? That's trivia
There's
book.
a giant whale, a kitchen, the cellar.
Cellar, trophy, kitchen, giant whale. There's a kitchen.
Yeah.
Kitchen?
Sure, why not?
There you go.
Ta-da! Good job. I don't know what we got for that.
I-
Satisfaction of a job well done.
Yeah, there you go. A nice pat on the back, you know, self-pat on the back.
Good job.
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
Very well.
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
There's a pattern here.
Have you seen the pirate leaders around? This is their table. In fact, you'd probably better move. You don't want to get caught sitting here.
It's our table, Rummy.
We're the pirate leaders. Get lost.
Well, the options are, I hadn't heard there was a change of leadership. Where are the 3 older guys who used to hold court here? Excuse me. Is it you I should talk to about financing my expedition?
I think this is a similar one to before. Like, if we want to hear more text, we can choose one of the options, the first 2 options.
No, just say, is it you? Or just go for it.
Is it you I should talk to about financing an expedition?
An expedition. Who is it that you think you are exactly?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Probably you've heard of me. Or, I'm the rock-solid investment you've been waiting for. Or, just a humble pirate unworthy to be in your august presence.
August.
I read that literally, sorry.
I get the feeling it doesn't really matter what you say here. But pick whichever one you would say.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Probably you've heard of me.
Probably not.
Permission to slaughter the annoying old wastrel man, Captain Madison.
Wait, it was Captain Madison? She's like famous! I've got her on a trading card. Her plunder stats are amazing!
Plunder stats aren't everything.
Then the others were Captain
Sorry, you
Lila
just totally
and Captain
plunder-struck.
Trent. It was Lila who threatened to kill you?
Blunderstruck.
Look, they weren't that great, okay? Listen to the story.
Want me to slaughter him?
Don't bother. He's just a harmless hack who thinks he has a good idea for a pirate raid.
So, we have got... It's not exactly a raid. Exactly, it's a raid. Or I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
You're wasting our time.
The secret? I didn't think that was even a real thing.
Really terrible book.
So, we have the options of: it's a prize of incalculable monetary value. It's a prize of incredible cultural value. It's a mystery for the ages that must be solved. It's a personal passion of mine. I really want to find it.
I don't think they're going to care about the last one. Go for the money one.
So the first one?
It's a prize of incalculable monetary value.
I don't know about incalculable. Quick, who can count to 0 the fastest?
Okay, I'm sensing some reluctance, but hear me out.
Would you at least consider advancing me some funds? Option 2. I can make it worth your while to help me hire a crew. Option 3. Could you at least point me towards an available ship?
I'm just remembering I was listening to a podcast earlier where there was a comedian basically saying that any kind of negotiation eventually boils down to just going, come on. In several situations where it shouldn't have worked, but it did. It's like I was in some restaurant and they're like, oh, sorry, we don't take these like stamps after 11 a.m. And he was just like, come on. And they were like, I have nothing to bargain with. Nothing at all. I was just like, come on.
Should we say I can make it worth your while?
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I could make it worth your while to help me hire a crew. A percentage of their earnings or something?
No one in here wants to chase your pipe dream.
Options are: with backing, I can work it out. Could you at least point me towards an available ship? If you don't take this opportunity, LeChuck will grab it.
Oh, the last one for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you don't take this opportunity, LeChuck will grab it.
LeChuck?
Yes, the dreaded zombie ghost pirate LeChuck himself is also going after the secret. He's here in Melee getting ready right now.
Wait,
If
do we
that
know
doesn't
this for
prove it's a
sure?
worthwhile venture, I don't know what
I
else.
think we were told earlier, weren't we?
Great. Problem solved.
Why, you said?
Excellent. You'll do it.
No, of course not. Why waste money on an expedition when you can just join the one that's already going?
Have
Oh,
fun
fine.
with your scary ghost friend. Bye-bye.
Well, the slight problem with that idea is that LeChuck and I are basically mortal enemies.
Even the North Island,
Fine. I don't need you or your money.
That is a lie.
I can do this on my own.
Also
If
a
I can't buy
lie.
a ship, I'll steal one. I'm a pirate. I'll
Possibly
find a way to
also
get to
a
Monkey
lie.
Island no matter what it takes.
Probably true considering the name of the game.
I like the old pirate leaders better.
Alright.
I have
else?
our to-do list been updated?
Let's have a look. Get or find a ship. Find the secret of Monkey Island and relive the glory days.
It's basically like the entire game. Like,
What we got down here?
we've got to find shit.
Guybrush!
Fine.
Wait, are you going to tell a mushy part now?
A little,
Hope
but
not.
I can skip over the hugs and kisses. Elaine!
Guybrush!
Sorry, I took a swig of water and that dialogue option came up. I was hoping you'd turn up in this story. How's your scurvy prevention project? You wouldn't happen to have a ship with you? Yeah, that's what we were phrasing it. Remind me, how long have we been married?
It'd be awkward if you're not married.
I mean, from the fact this is him recounting the story, I'm wondering if this is when. And they must be because they got married in the scrapbook, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I completely forgot that bit. But I feel that would be an awkward thing to ask your wife as someone's wife. Ask her how the scurvy prevention project is going. I'd appreciate.
How's your scurvy
someone taking an
prevention
interest in
project?
my work.
It's great! We're going to get a lot of limes to a lot of sailors and save a lot of lives.
Limes
We've got to come up
save
with a way to
lives.
deal with Captain Madison, though. The pressure she's putting on the town is making it hard for social programs like mine.
Oh, literally scurvy as a thing as opposed to... Right, okay. Sorry.
What did you think you were preventing?
Well, because people like to say, "Oh, you scurvy pirates," like as in like
I mean,
a derogatory thing. It didn't occur to me that it actually meant scurvy.
I mean, if it was like her scurvy cur prevention project, I'd understand, but there was a word missing, so I guess it was definitely scurvy.
I mean, look, this is me at the end of the day, so you know.
We might as well just go through all the options. Sounds like we've both met Captain Madison.
Sounds like we both met Captain Madison.
I don't like her. She's the one who pushed to shut down the shipyard.
She doesn't understand the value of the secret of Monkey Island.
She laughed at me.
Me too.
Obviously, the woman has no taste and a lousy sense of humor.
You wouldn't happen to have a ship with you.
No, silly. I came on a charter. Just like you.
I figured that, but it never hurts to ask. And I'm finding it harder than I thought to get hold of a ship and a crew for my expedition.
Why don't you ask around at the docks? I'm sure you can find something.
Thanks.
Famous
I'll
last
try
words,
that.
Elaine.
Oh, so I have to get
I
going.
would say I feel better. I feel better just talking to you.
I feel better just talking to you.
Me too.
And now, whichever one you want.
Which one?
We're British, so it's probably going to be you've probably got to go and get going.
Yeah.
You've probably got to get going.
You say goodbye first.
No, you say bye 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 first.
Okay.
4 hours of this.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she did say bye. She's like, I am dying of old age. Right. She told us to go to the docks. That's the best.
Oh, sail! There's a sail!
They're having a half-off
We can
sale.
use all of our money that we have.
Sail!
The International House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
It's about to.
Welcome,
Heyo.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again.
I have been waiting for you.
Oh man. You mean ever since we last saw each other? It's been years. I'm going in search of the secret of Monkey Island. I don't suppose you have a bunch of cash handy and want to finance an expedition? Do you know where I can find an available ship?
Ask her whatever you want.
I
get the feeling we're going to have to go on the Chuck ship, so
You mean
we can get regard
fate
as much as we want.
ordained that you would be here several minutes ago. Only
Fate
you
ordained
can
and told me
manage
that
to
you
be
needed to be
late,
late.
even when you are fated to arrive.
It's a gift.
I'm fated
Allow
late.
me to seek knowledge on your behalf.
Will it cost me anything?
Pride, free will.
Oh, rude!
The way to the secret is like a serpent which swallows itself. Many obstacles lie ahead.
Serpent, obstacles, got it.
You must walk the path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going back again.
When you are unsure of the way forward, open this book for guidance on what is to come.
It can tell me my future?
In a way, think of it as a book of hints.
What is it really?
A book of hints. Use it wisely. To know too much diminishes the voyage.
Neat.
My dog is
Thanks.
asleep. Can
No
you,
charge.
Jeremy, you can
Now
probably see
you must go.
in the corner.
I
See
have a
that?
luncheon, and
Aww.
your destiny lies
You
at
have
the
a head in
docks.
the bookcase.
It does?
Most
Using the lowest
assuredly.
bookcase as a pillow.
That's very cute.
Very cute. She tests me every day.
Alright, what we got in here? Hey, it's Wally's Maps and More! Read the sign.
Chamber of Commerce Midnight
What's
Lunch.
the name of that guy who
Back
did the thrift shop song?
I don't know.
Macklemore.
Graffiti.
Oh, yeah. That clock has been broken for decades now.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
They're
no.
having a half off. Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises. Oh, this was my favorite novelty store.
Oh, okay. It's the old general store.
The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better.
Sure.
The note says,
Oh, okay. There's an alley. I guess this is closed as well.
"Aw, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows
If
need
you
some
damage
work."
either of them, then you're gonna die.
Visit the jail.
Any faces in here we know?
A visitor! Wait. Guybrush Threepwood?
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan! Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time. You look different somehow. New art style?
How nice of you to notice.
Yeah, that was a big thing when this game was announced, that a lot of people didn't like the art direction that this game went into compared to the originals.
I mean, the originals were very limited with what they could do, whereas here they could do whatever they wanted. So
Big news. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic! You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there.
Yeah, let's
I
do
don't
that
throw
again.
ships anymore. But maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Possibly, though it was kind of tricky last time, and I didn't get much out of it in the end.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make keys for things. Things like cell doors.
Imagine that.
how interesting, right?
What a fun fact! I didn't know that.
What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
I
No,
noticed
she
you
didn't
didn't
say what-
say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No, that's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
You sound like a thrall.
Picking flowers from the
Thrall
governor's
donkey.
garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of. Anyway,
Until
they
the
aren't
flower
even her
incident.
flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property.
By that logic,
I
you
don't
could
know
have
why
stolen her
anyone
car.
bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
You'll accept the flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway. Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here. It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks.
Oh, now has it been? Are these things being added to your to-do list?
Watch your boots in here, son. It's like a swamp.
Nope.
No.
So I have a feeling that maybe
It says
I don't
jail
know.
rules. 1.
I
No
have to get the
escape.
ship first.
Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away. Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
What was that arm movement?
Oh, sorry to see you in jail.
Thank you, son. I appreciate the thought. I'm sorry to see me here as well.
What did you do that got you arrested?
Let me tell you something, son. It's not what a man does that matters. It's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness, he crosses a line. But if he's confident about what's in his heart, he can hold his head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People. People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I did it because I care about people.
I want to know what you did.
What exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now, naturally, people don't always
release
know
Jack.
that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like scam and misrepresentation and even fraud. But it's all just marketing, son. As natural as the rocks and the trees and the Melee Island flounder birds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
I mean...
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or less. It's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whenever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
Somebody in a piece of writing I read today used the word plethitude. And I looked at it for a while, I was like, that's, you put together the word plethora and multitude. And I don't know if you've done it on purpose. So because I was copy editing, I just put it in inverted commas, because honestly, I loved it as a word. And I didn't want to correct it. So I was just like, but plethitude, what a word.
Nice little fusion of a word there.
Yeah, it's a portmanteau.
I was really hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Oh, that's terrible.
Believe me, I feel worse about it than you do.
Any tips on how to steal a ship from someone else?
I feel like as a lawyer, this is an awkward question, but yeah, why
Any
not?
tips on how to steal a ship from someone else?
One word, son. Mutiny. Get yourself on board a worthy vessel, gain the confidence of the crew, wait for the right moment, and strike. If you don't get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
Could I get a ship from you after you're out of jail?
Don't count on it, son. I expect to be released any time, but I haven't even got anything on back order. It pains me to lose a sale, but if you need to get off this island, you're gonna have to find another way.
Could you refer me to a competitor?
Stab me in the heart. You'd go to a competitor? Where's your loyalty, son?
Well, seeing as you're in jail and have no ships and can't help me, I thought...
It doesn't matter anyway. There's no competition. I drove them all out of business long ago. Nobody can play the angles like old Stan. I didn't really anticipate a situation like this one coming up.
Okay, well, thanks, I guess.
Anything I can do to help
His
you,
arms.
let me know. As long as it doesn't involve selling you a ship.
Oh, flip an egg.
Just leave.
See you later.
Yep.
We'll be here.
Alright. What's that?
How's your day going?
I don't remember this place being so leaky.
They finally installed running water.
Did they, though? Or did the running water install itself?
Well, let's go to this locksmith.
Hi there, newcomer.
Hello. I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Locksmith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask, yes they did, yes it was, and they really, really wanted me to follow in the family business.
Fair. So can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Okay.
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary, just information.
So we probably need to go back to the cell, try and look at the serial number, tell them what the serial number is.
Yeah, but he said that the thing
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not
That
to
was
touch
on the
anything.
other one. I don't think
I've
I
got a
checked the
system,
first one.
And I don't like it disrupted.
Okay. Have a look at, can you look at that book on the windowsill?
I could try. Elegant book.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
Alright, I'm gonna head back to the jail quickly.
Hey, Guybrush!
Hey, kid!
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read.
So you need some kind of microphone.
So I probably need some kind of, yeah, like you were saying,
You look like you.
something to enhance my vision.
Welcome back.
Hiya.
Like, the glass is she wearing?
Are these for customers?
Not technically, but please, help yourself. That charming old guy who mans the lookout keeps bringing them for the parrot.
Thanks.
Are they
I'll just
crackers?
take a few.
Think so, yeah.
You've now got crackers.
Oh, hello, what's that?
There's a trivia card.
Trivia. On Barebones Island, what advice does Murray have for Guybrush?
I feel like that's not something we'll find.
Page 16?
Yeah, we ain't gonna get that. Not yet.
Alright.
I see a peninsula trailing off into small islands, but no X marks the spot.
It's southern Florida. I have family there.
Full of gators.
What's this lock?
That's for hats.
What's this key?
That's for a lockable quiver.
These are nice.
It's a locksmithing test.
Close it all up, and if you get the key out, you pass?
That's the beginner level, yes. The real challenge is to lock the larger box inside the smaller one.
Alright.
I feel dumber just standing in this shop.
That's an impressive machine.
Yep. This wouldn't be much of a lock shop without a key grinder.
What is that? It's definitely not a key. Or a lock.
It's a fishing lure, of course.
Of course. Is that from a famous locksmith band or something?
My mother's band, the Golden Keys. They were named after some actual golden keys that she spent a bunch of time looking for.
What more can you tell me about the Golden Keys?
Not much. I was just a kid, and mysteries have never been my thing. Too messy.
Very well.
I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
She's bold.
Handsome looking parrot.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
Okay, well... Hang on, can I activate... Hang on. No.
Hello again. It seems wrong that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
Stupid.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
Alright, well, I clearly need to find something to be able to read the serial number to then tell them. I say clearly, that's what I think.
I do think that we need to go get that ship, though.
Alright.
We need to speak to, like, LeChuck and see what he has to say.
Oh, where am I going now?
Oh, that looks like the governor's house.
Ah.
Carla.
Guybrush Threepwood.
My eyebrows say.
Hello, Swordmaster.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed-up hack.
What retort would you like? Anything but your cooking? When was the last time you had a bath? Let me show you what a hack looks like.
I don't think it matters. The bottom one.
Let me show you what a hack looks like.
Pretty good, Guybrush. Right on point.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
Oh, next prompt. You should never have given up being a swordmaster. How's the governorship treating you? I hope you're not still sore about that thing with the ship that one time. You've come so far since I got you your first cushy government job.
I don't know. One of the first two.
I'll go for the first one.
You should never have given up being Swordmaster.
Who says I did?
Oh, sorry, I just assumed. Governor seems like a full-time job.
It is. But there's room for overlap if you're creative about it. I heard from your wife. She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
Elaine can handle it. She doesn't need me. I've got my own project cooking. I'm not automatically involved with everything Elaine does just because we're married. Elaine said that program is being hampered by Captain Madison. I think the bottom one?
Sure.
Elaine said that program is being hampered by Captain Madison.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island. The mansion hasn't changed much. I should let you get back to governing.
Yeah, I'd say I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't have it.
I'll be needing a crew. You interested?
Ha! I'd rather swallow a live badger than crew with you again. No offense intended.
So, unlikely but still possible?
No. Want a crew, go down to the docks and hire one.
Is there a government program that funds expeditions to find secrets of Monkey Island?
Oh, gosh. You're too late for that one. We canceled it last year and diverted the funds to build a habitat for the rare Caribbean whining leech.
Darn.
There's a ship at the docks that's headed for Monkey Island.
I think you're talking about LeChuck's ship.
Do you want to go to Monkey Island or don't you?
Okay, so...
I should let you get back to governing.
Yes, you should.
Alright. Ooh.
Note to the reader. No disguised secrets are revealed in this book.
What else has she got?
I tried to read that once, but I couldn't finish it.
The endless tale of the voyage that would not end. There is also... the Big Book of Treasure Maps. Let's borrow it.
Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Alright. Borrow Ingredients by Barbie LaFlay. Or borrow Ship-to-Ship Combat Strategies by Stupid Captain Madison.
I mean, she's written more books than I have.
Borrow Voodoo Tricks You Can Do at Home.
I don't think she's gonna lend you a book, dude.
Nah, well.
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you
same
borrowed.
again.
You never...
I totally forgot.
Of course you did. You think like a cow.
Alright, well.
Even me.
I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey.
Alright, well, let's get back to the dock then.
Yes.
Oh. This is a fast travel. There you go.
So, cool. Let's go and check out the ship.
The ship.
Clever.
That is pretty dumb. I love it.
Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Looking for a job?
So you can get a job
Step
there.
this way.
Yeah.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short a swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Options are, absolutely, I'd love to be a swabby. Have you got anything more senior? No thanks, I'm getting my own expedition together.
I'm getting the feeling that you're not getting your own expedition.
Yeah.
We could just go around in circles, so I think we should just say we're going to be a swabby.
Absolutely. I'd love to be a swabby. Swabbing is one of my favorite things in the whole world. The restful, mindless repetition, the delicate scent of old soapy water, the proud satisfaction of a sparkling plank.
Oh, I hear about your sparkling
okay.
plank.
Save the strokes for the decks. The
Oh my
only
God,
requirement
stop.
is that you bring your own mop. You've got a mop. The job is... Hey, wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Guybrush Threepwood, Smith, John Smith. Andrew LeChuck, nephew. Andrew LeChuck, no relation.
Whatever you say, don't give your real name.
Smith. John Smith.
Uh-huh. LeChuck gave me a blacklist, and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist. I'm sorry. Can't hire you. You're obviously Guybrush Threepwood.
Well, that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also,
Weird
I
with
needed
the
a
way
mop.
that verb was used. Okay, check your to-do list.
Solve problem. Quarternizer recognizes me and won't hire me, and get a map.
Okay,
So I need to get a disguise. So where could we buy a disguise?
mop and
Why
a
was
disguise,
Wally
yeah.
in such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
Please stop crying. Stop crying.
Is that a pooch?
Yeah.
Where would they have disguises? Oh.
Oh?
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done. Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That
I
guy
believe we know who
steals all my best ideas. Have him killed. Wait, let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Okay. So this place is closed now, isn't it?
The note says, forced
Yeah,
to
yeah.
close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been...
So where would we didn't go down here.
Oh, yeah, no, we didn't.
Anything?
Looks very primed to get mugged.
It seems to be stuck closed. Employees only.
Oh, hello. What is that?
What?
Wait, let me look at it. There it is.
What? Oh, trivia card.
Coin purse!
I've got a few coins for incidentals.
Okay.
I think we should go to the map shop. Because the map
Which
shop sounds
was
like
across the way back here, right?
you're asking the wrong person. But yes.
Hey, Wally.
Well, 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 look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown
Wow,
up,
you've just
abandoned and
emotionally
marooned because
destroyed
of
everyone
you.
in this town.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
Wow, okay. I'm looking for a map. You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island? You have a lot of maps in here. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble. Bye.
The first one said mop, not map.
Oh, sorry.
But we are looking for a mop, so let's try that one.
I'm looking for a mop.
This is maps and more, not mops and more.
I was hoping the and more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't.
No point.
Try asking the cook over at the bar where he got his.
Okay, that's a hint.
Cook over at the bar. We'll remember that.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island?
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only
head
one
injury,
in
so I don't remember.
existence. Best of luck to you.
Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me?
What?
I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
Really? Alright.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps.
It's the element in the room, so to
What
speak.
am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Make way for Wally!
Yeah, a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all.
Okay, good talk. I'm gonna leave.
A little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
how
you
funny it was. It's great to see you landed on your feet after all these years.
Business has been booming with all these new dark magic pirates. Captain Madison has me on a lucrative retainer. She pays extra for a bunch of wacky symbols I just
You
make
don't
up.
get that
I'll
bread,
let you
Wally.
get back to cartographing.
That's not a real word.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Why has he got the voice of an old man when he looks about 16?
I mean...
A box of monocles?
They're like glasses, only way less convenient.
That's what
That's
what we need to see what the lock is.
What can we take?
I'll try.
Ooh, look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business.
Wow, I feel like a
See?
dick now.
It says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks.
What else do we have?
Okay,
there?
cool. So we got the monocle.
Maps. That's a funny, fancy map. Map. Ooh, a fan. A taller map. Check out the innovative map bundle.
It's maps wrapped in maps. I didn't know you could do that.
Mapception.
Spiky map. Handsome map. Maze map. Leave. Oh, boxes.
So let's go,
Hey,
see,
Wally,
let's go see the
what's in
cook.
these boxes?
Maps.
Wow, really? Anyway,
Alright, well.
let's go find the cook.
That's in the kitchen of the scum bar, right?
Yeah, which is down on the dogs.
Ooh, hello. Oh no, we've seen that.
Could we get into the kitchen?
We'll find out.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe, how have you been?
Fine. Good. Peachy. Same old, same old.
I mean, whatever. However you feel in your heart, Jeremy.
Good.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
Responses. She's good. No pieces missing. Still in public service, fighting scurvy now. I screwed up our anniversary. We're apart more often than I'd like. She's here on the island.
Tell him as much as you want to.
Still in public service, fighting scurvy now.
My place is clean. Our health certificate.
Whoa, easy there, boy. I don't think that's how you catch scurvy.
She's got a foundation. They're trying to promote limes as a preventative.
Oh, well, tell her I say hello.
Do you know where I could buy a map? The atmosphere in the bar is different than it used to be. These new pirate leaders seem like real jerks. Did I mention I'm going to find a secret at Monkey Island? Keep up the good work.
It's by a mop. It's not map, it's mop.
Oh, sorry. Every time.
Ask him where you can buy a mop.
Buy? You don't want to buy a mop.
I really do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as
I don't
clumsy
think
or
it
random
is.
as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A
Like in Tears of the
perfect
Kingdom.
instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
You get a stick and you fuse it to an unwilling squirrel.
Once you build it,
really?
The mop will become your
You can't use your fusibility on living things. That would be incredibly cool and very full metal alchemist.
and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Just build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree.
It better be called like a mopple or something.
Any questions?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
Yeah.
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
Of course.
Come back here. This is the most annoying island in history. The secret cannot be worth
the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Oh, I might sneeze in seconds, pardon me. Sneeze averted.
Did you actually not sneeze? I was trying to work out.
Oh no, I did. And then I tried to unmute my microphone, said sneeze averted, it didn't unmute, so I pressed it again and said sneeze averted again, when I've now said sneeze averted 4 times.
Say it one more time.
Sneeze averted.
Okay. I'm gonna
sure I
pretend.
can't
I'm gonna
just
stop
buy
pretending
them?
that I don't have the
Yours, for
walkthrough
example.
open in another.
You've got to make one. Trust me on
If we
this.
didn't have a walkthrough, would be the most annoying game in history.
Okay, so I guess I'll do it then, fine.
Guess I'll do it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it. There's a horrible sense of crushing inevitability to a lot of these options.
When do we get to the piratey parts?
I'm with you, small child.
Professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It
I mean,
seemed
that's
crazy to
true.
me at the time too, but don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop.
What's a map? A mop.
A treasure mop.
The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
String!
Right.
Go on.
So, in the logic of this universe, you just need something of the thing to make a key to it, right? The serial number, whatever.
Okay.
By that logic, the map maker can make you a map to the mop tree.
Right.
Don't ask me why that makes sense, but basically go back and speak to Wally.
I mean, fair.
Oh man.
Hey, Wally.
Wally!
I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a
Maybe.
while
I'm
since I
amazed that the
made
chap
one of
hasn't
those
gone
mop
and come
tree
back by
maps.
now.
What kind of tree is it
A
again?
mop tree map?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
So, a slither of the wood, so I need to steal his mop.
before you go out of the room? Have a look at his monocle box again.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Monocle box.
Yeah.
They're like glasses, only way less convenient.
Take another one.
Better to have one for each eye.
If you say so.
Okay. I don't think, because we're not playing on hard mode, it's not really the end of the world, but I think you're supposed to have two. So I think we have to go and get, we can't just go back to the cook. We need a knife.
Hey, kid.
Of course.
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read.
Equip the monocle.
It makes things look bigger.
Grab. You can
Grab.
put the two monocles together. Put the two monocles together.
Oh, were there two? Oh, there were as well. Hang on.
One
Combine.
is good, two is better.
Congratulate myself on the double
I
one.
can read the serial number. I'll
Good,
write
what
down
is
so
it?
I don't forget.
Can you do that for the other one? Oh no, the other one had rubbed off.
Can try.
Yeah.
Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away.
Yeah, this guy's gonna hang. Anyway.
Have fun. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Welcome back.
Hi there. Hello again.
Okay, well, there's no.
Yeah, I'll for the first one. I'll for the first one.
Aren't locks way less secure if all you need is a number to get a new key?
That's why you should never share the serial number with anyone.
Or write it on it.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time? Sure.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time?
The numbers are usually engraved on the locks, just in case. And if you lose the lock, chances are you don't need a new key.
How much with don't give anyone the serial number, except for the fact it's carved on the lock?
Well, what's to stop me reading the serial number on someone else's lock and having a key made?
The numbers are printed small enough that you need a special tool to read them. Only a
Oh
pro would have
god,
a
I
tool
got
like
it.
that.
Okay, cool. Only a pro, what you mean, like a locksmith or a professional thief?
Oh, 2 secs. Just adjusting something. All good. Right.
Can I borrow your
My magnifier? Not a if
Okay,
you
well,
want to play
done that.
locksmith.
Done that.
There must be something else we have to do before we let this guy out.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll focus on the other stuff then. So, back to the kitchen.
Wait, no, not to the kitchen yet, because we need that knife.
So
Go into the International House of Mojo. Apparently there's a knife you can grab from there.
Okay.
Is this International House of Mojo?
Yes.
Oh, there's the knife. You see it?
No.
In the foreground at the right.
Ah, yes.
Pointy.
It is a non-magical.
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable
Can we just take it and void the warranty?
Okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. Whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling, and
Skip through the dialogue. Do the thing where you skip through the dialogue.
Use with the product is at
You had
all
enough of this.
manufacturer.
Oh, I have. Thank you very much.
Say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a liability issue.
So you're having fun then, Claire?
I want to tell you that this game is an ADHD person's nightmare.
I'm sorry.
I didn't realise. I was just like, I could kill everyone. Right.
So
Okay.
now-
Yes.
So now let me guess.
Now I think.
So now let me guess. Into the kitchen, cut a bit off with the knife, and take it to the map.
And you'll have to do something to distract him or some bullshit. Oh yeah, no.
Um,
Talk to him again and see if we can do anything to distract him. Or
Well, you look like the health and...
Worse, Marlin is here.
Who?
The
Oh,
customer
Marlin
I have
Squared.
nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even
Oh,
remember
there's a
what
book of ingredients at the governor's
he
mansion,
says he
remember?
thinks it has
oh my word.
ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
Oh my goodness.
Right, so...
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
Of course. I'm a
we
cook.
need to get Carla to forgive
See
us,
the
so she'll let us borrow that book.
Okay.
I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks. Stay away from my mom.
Okay, so we can't do that yet.
Oh,
Alright.
take your fucking mark. Wait for my diamonds!
Okay, so we need to go back to the governor mansion now.
I wouldn't go there yet. Go back to the International House of Mojo first.
Okay.
And see if you can see a frog. Is that
Yes.
a frog?
There we are.
What's this thing?
Yeah.
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the
course it is.
forgiveness. It's like a card, only
I've never heard of that before.
no comment. It works.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive even very old transgression.
Speed up.
That's it.
Right, we've got the frog. Right, let's go take it to Carla and be like, forgive me, here's a frog. I think if you're playing on hard mode, you need to write something on the frog. But I don't think we need to because we're not playing on hard mode.
Was it this way?
Yes. So to save time, the walkthrough, I mean, the weird visions from the future that I'm getting are covering hard mode, but it's just made the note saying, like, you need to do fewer things. Carla, would you like a frog? Carla, chameleon, I've got a frog for you. Would you like this frog?
Well, I've come for a recipe. A dish you served at a recent function. It's been described as having ingredients in it. Ring any bells?
Barbie LaFleur catered that event. I own her cookbook, but I don't know any of the recipes.
Do you know where I could find Barbie LaFleur?
Do you know where I can find Barbie LaFleur?
Did you get the feeling we did part of this backwards?
Yeah.
She's halfway back to France by now.
Remind me what
It's
you
weird
said
because
about...
the game lets you do all of this stuff, but unless you do the thing with the mop first, it's pointless. You can't go any further. So you were all wandering around doing exactly what I would have done. Only you can't go any further without that bloody mop. Can I have the book, please? Oh, ask her to let her get back to governing so you can look at the bookshelf.
I should let you get back
And
to
then look up the recipe book. And then that
Yeah,
probably...
and then if he asks to borrow a book and see if she'll take the frog from you.
There we go.
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book. You never even...
I'm sorry?
I guess.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but I need more than that.
Okay.
Can I borrow a book?
I'm wrong here. Hang on.
You never even...
I'll pay for it.
I don't need your money.
Okay.
Okay, maybe
Can I borrow
we
a
do
book?
still need to write on the frog.
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
hearing...
Chris, you're
I
playing
need
on
more than
casual
that.
mode. You just dragged the frog onto her. I'm an idiot. Try and just drop the frog on her from your inventory. I'm sorry. You twat.
It's not... What are you talking about? On her? Oh, apologise with forgiveness, frog.
Here.
You're giving me a frog?
It's a forgiveness frog. For when words aren't enough.
That is complete nonsense. And yet, I am going to forgive you for losing my book. I can't even explain why. I just have this sudden, inexplicable urge to forgive. You'd better not be up to something.
Just don't lose the frog, okay?
No.
Cool.
I'll keep it with me all.
Okay, cool.
As
Can I borrow this cookbook?
You cook like a cow.
That's why I need the cookbook.
Oh, all right. I was upset after you lost the last one, but you seemed genuinely sorry, so I guess I'll give you another chance.
Thanks. I won't let you down. I'll definitely return this.
Citation needed. I don't think you're going to return it.
Citation needed.
I just don't think you're going to give it back due to various circumstances. Right, so now we've got to take the book to the cook. I think we could have taken a shortcut down there, could we not?
Let's find out.
Does that not take us to the docks?
Oh, was this not the fast travel thing?
Oh, yeah, let's go to the docks that way. Yeah.
To the kitchen.
He comes back to himself and his son has just like fucked off and joined the service. He's like, God damn it, Dad, you can't tell a story to save your fucking life.
How's it going with that nightmare?
My stomach feels like it's full of cannonballs and splintered rowboats.
I could just do what I have for lunch.
Good news! I have a cookbook.
Good news.
I have a theory.
I have a cookbook. I found this at the governor's mansion.
Aha! The mystery dish must be in there. I have no idea which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all. I'd better get to work. Thanks, Guybrush.
You're welcome, buddy. You're welcome.
So get the mop bit.
I'm doing it now. Put away the mop.
Can you use the knife?
This
hang on.
be excellent.
Surreptitiously.
You don't want to take the mop away. You want to just
So
use the
knife.
on the mop. Yep.
Appreciate the knife.
It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife.
Use the grab.
He'll never
That
complain
work?
again. Brilliant
No.
innovation.
You're holding it. I think you need to put it down. Put away the mop, yeah.
Oh, and
Now.
then get the knife.
Yeah. Cart, there you go. Cart
There
the
you
mop
go.
handle. Whatcha? Did it fall on the ground? Oh no, it's on top of the barrel behind you. Oh no, they're maggots. What the hell? Do you have it in your inventory?
Yes.
Right. Cool. Back the fuck we go to Wally. The pirates are like, he's been back and forth so many, he's getting his steps in, isn't he? Yeah. Wally's just like, I reckon they set this up. Like, could we see how much we can make him do? Because this is really funny and he's fucked all of us off at some point.
Looks legit. I'll see what I can do.
10 minutes later.
Here it is.
Thanks, Wally.
Is that it?
Wow, he didn't even charge you. Amazing. Can you look at the map?
Make a map, find the mop handle tree. It still says make a map.
Yeah, I know, but you've got the map, haven't you? Isn't the map in your inventory?
There.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the governor's house. So I need to go from that exit
Yeah.
to the governor's house, basically.
Go up to the governor's mansion and then head for the island interior. Apparently it's opened up a few more areas we can explore.
Okay. Oh, I can run faster because I remember the thing from earlier. So.
So it says you can either go towards, you can go to the forest or the shipyard. It said the walkthrough. I mean, my visions say go to the forest
Cook's
first.
museum is gone. So is the cable to his island. It's just as well, given the worldwide rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle shortage.
That was a
I
line.
got no idea.
Anything down here? What's that? Lookout point. Okay, yeah, so it's a forest then. Alright.
It's forest, yeah.
Okay.
There was something in the background there.
Warning.
Yeah, it was
The
wise.
dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended.
We have one.
Okay. Wrong button.
It says,
So we are at the forest.
I get the feeling that it's going to get filled in as we go along.
Gotcha. Right, let's just...
That, I think, is the way we came.
Oh,
Or
I used
that's
to love
another
these
way.
when I was 6. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now. Museum of Pirate Lore.
We go in?
Yes.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
Sorry, the first thing it focused on was hunk of slag.
There's another parrot there. Do you still have your crackers?
Potentially, yes.
Wait, it's guarding
It's a
something.
working
What is
parrot.
it guarding?
I shouldn't bother it.
Crackers.
That
Oh,
is
the
a
thing.
really
Can
big
we?
parrot. Wonder how
What's
many
in the
hands
chest
it's
though that's
What do you
locked?
feed
Can
it?
you
Thieves,
get that in?
mostly.
Good to know.
Try and see if
The
you know.
display case is locked.
God damn it. Oh, can you see the serial number?
Ah, crystal clear. I'll just write that down.
I just get the feeling we're probably gonna have to steal whatever. What is it that's in there?
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
Okay, so that must be where we get the disguise from. It doesn't seem to use up our crackers, so that's
Which
good.
is alright.
Yeah.
It's locked.
Okay, cool.
On the off chance.
There's tiny writing. New serial numberless
God
lock.
damn it! They saw us coming! Oh, hilarious. Cool, I think we should go into the forest.
Forest of Destiny. Oh.
Something you can interact with there on that rock?
It's a frog by the
No,
look of it.
I can see as well. Where does it take you?
Hang on, where's the map thing?
Map block.
Alright, well I guess we'll just figure out as we go along. Oh. Okay, that's not very obvious.
This smacks to me of
guess I
something
lost
like
my
a
way.
9. Okay.
Okay, so if we look at the map,
Yes. Katya, lie down. Lie down. Good girl.
if we're starting at the first bit after the governor's mansion,
Yeah.
then... Oh, pardon me. So, hang on, if I double back. So, on the map, it showed the bridge marking there.
Yes, it did.
And the bridge marking is after the governor's mansion.
And then it says you need to take the right path, which takes you into the forest.
Yeah, so...
Then you need to take the first right.
Okay, so then we
So
go...
into the right.
So, first right,
Cool. And have a look at the map again.
then left,
Wait, what?
or then up. So I can exit up,
Okay.
I think. That's how I'm
Are we
reading
not
that.
looking at the same map?
Oh, are you looking at a different map?
No, like, so we're currently standing in that first circle, yeah?
We're just to the right of the first circle where the line then goes right and up, like an S shape.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I think if I go this way...
That means up. Okay. Well, if that... Okay, then what next?
Wait. Then, by that logic, it would then be we go right.
Yes, and then down. But we can't go down, there's a snake there.
Well, I guess it's just still go right at that point.
I guess. Keep going. And then up. Yeah. Try up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because what other way is that?
We'll just keep going right, I guess, but...
But it shows us
an
up.
exit.
Is it not? Aren't we in the bottom right circle now?
No, we're the one just to the left of it. Or we're heading to the one just to the left of it, I think.
Oh, I thought we were in the bottom right one. Go on.
So, I think I'm reading this very literally, from a line
I
perspective.
thought we were in a different circle. So.
Right, okay. Well, you know what? We'll just...
I guess I lost my
Okay,
No,
alright.
you're right. Sorry, let's do it again.
We'll just go interpret it. So it was... Right.
Right, wasn't it?
In fact, hang on.
Oh, trigger card.
There we go. We'll look at that later. So, sorry. Right. Then up, was it?
I don't think. Where are we right now?
So, hang on, wait. Let's double back.
Okay.
So.
This is the first circle.
So this is where the bridge. So this is where the bridge is.
Right. Okay. So if we go up, we'll go to that first circle.
So.
Right. In the first circle right now.
First circle. So we need to go right up right is how I read that.
Okay.
Based on that line.
Okay.
So right, up, right. And at this point, we should now be in that second circle.
Okay.
That's how I'm reading it.
That's not how I'm reading it, but I was wrong before, so you carry on.
And then I guess it's right based on that?
Okay.
Right. Right.
Okay, we're at a different place now.
We've now come down based on where we've just
now?
emanated from.
So now we need to go
we're now in circle 3. So I guess we need to go right. Down right?
Yeah.
Technically?
By your logic, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Damn it.
No, I don't think that's right. I think the places where we stop are the circles.
Okay.
And it's just the direction we exit them.
So this is this a circle that we're in now?
I think so. So if you look at the map, I think this is the second circle. So we have to exit it to the right, I think.
Okay.
And then bring up a map again. Right again. And then up.
First of all.
No. Yeah.
Sorry, then up.
Yeah, go up because we're going into the second row. Have a look at the map again, sorry.
Then left.
Left, yeah. Then up again. And then just left until we get to the end.
Okay.
Okay, we did it. You said you were making it too simple. I think you were actually making it way more complicated than it.
I applaud you for that. I applaud you.
I noticed it's gone very dark. And by the way, I wasn't using the guide for that because the guide was completely useless because it was using the hard mode. I've noticed I've got very dark where I am.
That's cool. And good evening, Moth Fox. Hope you're doing well.
It's like there's a welcoming committee.
Ooh, it's a tree. Tiny, tiny deer. Cute.
You join us as we are playing the Return to Monkey Island.
Oh, look, it's a mop tree. Can we use our knife on it?
Possibly.
Wow. The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare, endangered Malay Island mop handle tree.
Awesome. Stab it.
Hack off branch.
Don't throw it. She told you it wasn't balanced for throwing. Oh, okay, thank God. I thought you were taking an eye out.
Several hours later.
You're so bad at everything. Why does your wife like you? What horror have you wrought? Oh my god, what did you do?
I've decimated this tree.
Oh.
Yeah, doing well. We're just we're having a whale of a time trying to carve a tree to make a mop.
You are an absolute villain.
I don't like the fact we made these animals. Oh, why is there fire? Why is there fire?
I don't even know what you have done.
Also, consider the stump.
Another resource has given its all in support
Consider
of my
the
personal
stump you
goals.
made.
It's what
Consider
makes
the man. Go out to the left. Go out to the left. Go out to the
Okay.
left.
I'm sorry.
I'll take a shortcut back.
Many hours later. You're right, Mothfox. It better be a good mop.
We have been doing this for nearly 2 hours.
Right. Right. So what do we need to do now? We need to go to.
So you can go back to the. I think you need to go back to. I think we've done the museum part. So we need to get hold of that eye patch. We've got the serial number for the lock.
So we need to go to the locksmith.
Wait a second, because logically, yes. Right. So for some reason, it seems to think you can get into the storeroom, but we can't, can we? We couldn't.
What was the store I'm in? Sorry.
That was in the museum.
No, that was the
That
serial
was the serial
lock.
lock, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. I'm reading the hard mode thing again. 1 second. Right, go back to the locksmith. I can't think. I'm trying to see through the mire of what's the hard mode and what isn't. It doesn't really make it very clear. Because I think in hard mode she refuses to give you the crackers until you swap something with them.
Okay.
So I think the problem we had before as well is the fact that we need to drop things on her.
Hello again.
Hmm.
Like maybe give her the serial number of the thing we want it made of.
Oh, okay. So.
Pop it out of the inventory.
Try not to touch anything.
Do we have?
So what we got? Got a couple there. Which one is it?
We actually
Do you
have
know?
serial numbers. So if I.
Just grab it and drop it on her. See what she says.
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind
You
they
are
use over
also
at the
persisting me in my crimes.
Wow, what a coincidence. I had no idea.
And then.
Cool. Now
Do it again.
Yeah. Noch einmal.
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Bitte ein Schlüssel.
Sure.
Ich
This'll be
habe die
for a
Nummer.
high-end display case. You a collector?
Yeah. Stamps.
I'm a philatelist.
Okay, so now
We've got 2 Ks.
we can release the guy from prison.
I guess?
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid!
I already copied the serial number.
They say the only real prison is the one in your head. But take it from me, that's a load of barnacles.
Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any
Achievement
of your
unlocked.
questions
Hey,
be
wait.
asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
Cool. Well, it doesn't seem to be really much point to freeing him, but maybe it becomes clear later.
Yeah. So now we go back to the museum.
Yes, and steal the appage. By feeding crackers to the vicious guard parrot. Crackers first. I think you can just interact with the parrot. Oh no, there you go.
There's some very tiny
Oh,
writing.
damn it, wrong button.
Be on it, yeah. Remembering to do that. Steal it. Cool. Yeah, then you'll automatically leave.
Meanwhile, at the mansion.
What do you expect me to do, Elaine? Issue a proclamation?
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to generate public support. I'm
Looks
working
it.
on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
But we can put a requirement on ships traveling to the north.
There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
But it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
I've come a long way. Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
I don't know who that other person was.
Don't think we've been introduced them yet. Okay, so we've got the eye patch. We need to make a disguise so we can get on LeChuck's ship.
We haven't actually made a mop yet.
Okay, so how do we finish off the mop? That's the next question.
Do we finish off the mop?
I guess we need to acquire a material to now be a mop head.
If you try to shoot people, 2 monocles, yes. King's Park, yeah. Did that. Okay, you haven't been to the shipyard yet, I don't think. You've been to the dock, but not the shipyard. So try going to the shipyard. That's the dock, so...
I'm trying to figure out how to get to the shipyard.
Yeah, can you go to the fast travel map again? It might show you.
I need to figure out how to get there. Hang on. There we go. What is that? Shipyard. There you go.
Yeah, let's go there.
Wow.
Cool.
It's worse than I imagined.
What's this note?
The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day.
Alright.
Okay.
Bucket!
Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now.
Strange
Okay,
mass.
there's a strange mass. Take it and whack it on your mop handle.
I was going to say, is the sponge our mop head?
Yes, it is.
Squeeze the sponge. Or combine it.
I made him up.
Oh my god. Right. Apparently, there are several things you can put on this mop head, but it doesn't tell you the others, and I can't be honest.
No,
it says
Alright, so...
Can't... Yeah, so we need to go and speak to the voodoo lady because it doesn't have any voodoo powers. The eye patch doesn't have any voodoo powers at the moment.
Okay, but do we not need to finish off the mop, Malark?
Well, no, we just needed a mop. We've got it now.
Oh, okay. Oh, because we want to become a swabby on the boat, sorry.
We needed the mop to get on the boat, but we can't get on the boat without disguising ourselves first. And we needed to talk to the voodoo lady.
Okay, your signs all say you're going out of business. You can use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now. In this year, when you finally... Will you tell me your name?
Can you drop the eye patch on her?
Never mind.
I never do.
Let's have a look.
What do you make of this eye patch?
Such a weird way of going about it, but...
the famous eye patch disguise of John Laney. As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away. One moment. Come, spirits of deception and death, drink your rejuvenation and awaken.
Death?
It's nothing to worry about. John Laney, this hapless boy needs your help.
Hey,
this boy
Take
is a fool.
pity on him and bring him the power to hide from his enemies.
Well, you don't have to put it like that. That's it?
Unless you want the extended service warranty.
No, thanks. I'm not a sucker. What do I owe you?
Maybe try it on first, before we discuss payment.
Well, how do I look? Ah! What the heck? I look like a zombie. Is it broken?
No, that's what
John
you want.
Laney was especially known for impersonating monsters of various types.
I think John Laney had a few things on the side he wasn't telling anyone about.
I'll just wear it when I really need to. Ugh.
You're welcome.
I think I'm ready to set sail.
Okay.
Right, so I'm just going to say, I think it's probably a good way to split the game up. The walkthrough splits the game into 6 parts. The prelude, which is where we were in the amusement park. part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. What we're about to do will end part 1.
Okay.
So I'm just guessing by the length of the time we've been doing it, a part might be a good, decent size.
I was going to say I'm probably going to save anyway, so...
Yeah.
Let me...
I think I think you could save here, or you could save once you're on the boat.
Well, I'll tell you what, how about we initiate part 2, as it were? Or...
That's what I was going to say. We
Okay.
might forget what we're supposed to do to get out of here after all this work we've done. Right, we need to put the eye patch on. Don't forget.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, why don't we call it right here, then? Because I'm sure we'll be able to remember for next time that we need to have the eye patch. Hopefully we'll remember that. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's be logical about this. I will put on the eye patch.
That's a great idea, yeah. Don't know how you do it.
Why can't I?
On yourself? Can you put it on? Is that one of the options? Put on! It was one of the options.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah. Left button. There you go.
There we go.
Awesome. Now we... Yeah.
And now I'll hit save.
Good idea.
There we go.
I'm just checking where the game has part 1 ending here.
It's pretty roughly here, I imagine.
No, it is almost exactly here. I should point out the walkthrough is in a completely different order to what we did it, but the important thing is we did it.
It's all good. It's all
It does
good.
let you do things in any order, which is fine, but can also lead to a lot of running around and quite pointless repetition. So yeah, so it's like basically the next thing says you have to get past the quartermaster using what we've done, and that's it. We're on the ship. So that will be a good place to start next time, I think.
Gotcha. Well, we are going to gradually start to wind down the stream. We're going to do a little bit of just chatting for a few more minutes before we wrap up, as it were. But Claire, I didn't appreciate that, what's a better word? How much thinking and or mind melding would be needed to get that far through the game so far. Because again, my first ever Monkey Island game, so I've sort of never really experienced point and click stuff
Very
before.
much you know those games we played before, the Ghost Files games? What makes those different is that they are so easy in comparison. Games like Monkey Island and Sam and Max and games like that, the ones that pave the way, are notoriously difficult and hard to work out.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Space Quest or King's Quest?
I've heard of King's Quest. That's a really old game by Sierra? I think it was.
Exactly. If you ever get the chance, watch some of the playthroughs you can find of Space Quest 4. They are absolutely brilliant, but they are savage in that you can die at any moment and have to start pretty much all over again, because the way that Sierra games were set up, unless you saved, it didn't save. So if you hadn't saved for a while and you died, you're screwed. And there were certain places where if you did something, you actually couldn't complete the game and it wouldn't tell you.
Oh my
So you could get all the way through and you just would not be able to complete it. So from that, you got games like Monkey Island and Sam and Max that were maybe a little bit kinder, but were still pretty savage. And I personally could not see the internal logic of a lot of that. Like, it involved a lot of going back and forth that I was like, I wouldn't have thought to go to the map shop for the mop. Like, and it also seemed to contain a lot of like middle-aged tomfoolery that I was a bit like, haha, we get it, you're old, move on, you know, kind of thing. I'm like, I can be a 40-something person in my own time. Let's get on with it.
But I also appreciate as well that these type of games, for want of a better phrase, are very much of a certain generation, primarily of PC game player. Because I was always a console kid. I never had a gaming PC. And there's other games like, what's that other one that Day of the Tentacle is another one, I seem to recall.
Day of the Tentacle, yes.
Yeah, there are sort of other games of that ilk which are very much like this, where I think some people, because they remastered Day of the Tentacle a little while ago, probably years ago at this point, and I remember people who, listening to podcasts, said, yeah, I went back to play Day of the Tentacle, how the hell did we figure out this stuff?
Yeah, because there was no internet half the time, like to work out any of the guides or anything. And it was back in the days where if you wanted a hint, you had to call a phone number.
Grim Fandango was another one as well.
Yes, Grim Fandango was one. Even silly like adult games like Leisure Suit Larry were very, very difficult. You know, if you got something wrong, like you could die instantly if you didn't do one thing correctly or wrong at the right time. Yeah, so this is definitely like a lot kinder, but I feel like this is almost... I'm just going to slightly review the game after seeing one part of it. This is a bit overworked, honestly. I remember, it seems to recall when this came out, people weren't too enthused by it
Mm.
because it was like everyone was super excited. Oh, it's a new Monkey Island game, but it was almost like the humor that made Monkey Island special when it first came out in the mid-90s is now ubiquitous, you know, in these kind of games. That's very much because games like Monkey Island exist, but unfortunately it's very much like Duke Nukem Forever. You can't go back, you know. You can't you can't be the first person to do it again, and it sometimes doesn't work. So yeah.
And Gary Brightside, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. Thank you very, very kindly.
Gary actually messaged me subtly earlier saying that he had a son while he was drawing. So that's Gary who does the webcomic, Like as Rest I told you about.
Oh, amazing. Awesome. Hello.
We did a little shout out for it on a previous stream. So that's cool. Hi, Gary.
Amazing stuff. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and I guess as well, when it comes to continuing the Monkey Island playthrough, I'm game for trying it, but I also fully appreciate that if it's something you perhaps might want to do once every so often for a change of pace, I'm totally fine with that.
I will get annoyed by it, and that's kind of funny. So if that's good viewing, then I'm cool with it. Also, I have the walkthrough, so I'm not going to get that annoyed. And if like in instances where if we're properly stuck, like where I think there was one part where you were like, "Oh, I'm going to go back here," I'm like, logically yes, but I'm going to stop you because otherwise we're just going to drive ourselves mad. Like, so if there's something where it's like at the end of that game, yes, at the end of that section, I was kind of steering you a bit because I was like, this makes no sense. And I think it was because you'd gone and wandered around at the beginning and done a lot of the stuff that the walkthrough was trying to get you to do. And I was like, he doesn't need to do that. He's already done it. You know, like, but we now need to go back and do the thing, which we can now do. So I feel like it gives you almost too much freedom to go wherever you want. And it's like, I feel like I see what it's trying to do, but also, yes. To the long story short, I think we should continue.
Okay.
Because it is a little longer than we normally spend on one game, like an entire. But if we can get a part done each stream, even if we have to take a break, that will mean the game is polished off within just under 2 months. No.
Yeah, about ish. Yeah. And also as well, this is our first time playing it, so it was also getting used to a lot of things. Whereas parts also may be shorter depending on the context of the story, depending what's needed.
It might be obvious what you need to do, like that map where we had to go up, left. Yes, we had a bit of a confusion as to how to read it, but I didn't have to use the map, the walkthrough to do that. It's just, I have a real issue with things that I don't feel make sense, and a lot of these point-and-click kind of games are a bit like that. Like, there's a bit of a... It's not as bad as in Sierra games where you have to pick, if you don't pick up the right colour paint in the first opening montage, you're screwed or whatever. It's not quite that bad. But yeah, there are certain things where I'm just like, I don't think that makes sense. And whereas most gamers would be like, that makes me want to find out, it just goes straight to rage. I'm not upset, I'm just like, also, it doesn't help that I do not find this a very appealing character at all. I know that he's meant to be, like, he's got a legacy, you know, and he's meant to be like this lovable idiot, but I'm like, idiot, yes, lovable, I don't.
I mean, let's be fair, the whole stuff involving the tree did not help that.
I was like, you know, when you see something and you're like, I guess it's meant to be funny, but actually you've done nothing really that's made me warm to you. That's the thing, he hasn't done anything that's made me like it at the moment. Like, and I think the game might be banking rather hard on the previous ones, which of course you and I have not played or even interacted with. We're coming into this cold, and we're like, coming in cold, maybe this isn't really designed for us, you know?
Yeah, and that's why in some ways, looking at the scrapbook thing that we did, which gave us the very brief crux of an overview, as to at least vaguely know who is who, we are coming into this blind, and because of the game is harkening back to, like I said, a particular demographic of player who have played the originals and maybe have played some of the others since they've been released on other Xboxes and stuff. It is, you know, it's a difficult prospect, but at the same time, it's also a very unique thing to experience from the perspective that we are coming in at it from.
I think you're right. I'm just having a look to see quickly on Wikipedia. Are you? Oh, we went back to just chatting. Okay, cool.
We did, sorry, in case I didn't say that.
No, I wasn't sure because I was looking at a different screen. I'm just trying to see what kind of... Is this Return to Monkey Island?
It is, yes.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see what the reviews were like.
I seem to remember a lot of the conversation was about the art style.
I mean, I have no issue with the art style.
Yep, likewise.
I feel. I mean, I've seen things like Wind Waker was universally like hated. The art style that came out, and now it's widely considered to be one of the best Zelda games ever.
It's like a fine wine.
What? Sorry?
It's like a fine wine, aged and got better, as it were.
Polygons. I'm just looking at the scores were good actually. I'm just looking at this now. They were like it won PC Game of the Year at the Golden Joystick Awards in 22.
Which again, probably very much for that demographic of player, like we were saying as well. So
things, and it's like.
Oh, I'm sorry, say that again. You cut out a little bit.
Oh, do I need to do the thing?
No, you're all good. It just cut out a little bit.
Okay. The lowest score I'm seeing is 8 out of 10. From.
You know what? 8 is great.
No, it is a good score. I can't see anyone being like meh about it. It says, according to Metacritic, it says it's got generally favourable reviews.
Yeah.
It says, Return really captured the spirit of the original games, which is, if it's true, I'm really glad I didn't play them as a kid, because I think I would have broken something. Someone said here, I thought I was going to hate the new art style, but when you get in-game, it's very fluid and well-crafted.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Well. People don't know what they want,
yeah.
And
the only thing we really encountered from a control point of view, well, for me anyway, is the whole idea that you have to go into the menu, select the item, move it onto the thing or person you want it to engage with. To me, that's not how I logically think with games nowadays.
I think that's because you're playing it on a console. I think if you had a mouse, it would be much easier, because you'd just be like right-click, read something about it, drag to drop it.
Like click and drag, because it's point and click. So yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
So I'm going to hark back to Sierra again. What they used to do is you used to be able to cycle what you could do. You could look, so it'd be like an eye symbol, there was a hand symbol. So you could basically cycle through what you wanted to do. Do you want to look at it? Do you want to interact with it? Do you want to try and do this to it? But it was all mouse controls. Incidentally, this game was released on September the 19th, 2022. Do you know the relevance of that day? Do you know what day that is?
I probably should off the top of my head, but I'm drawing a blank right now. There is a date that comes to mind.
It's International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Which, you know what? Fair. They know their demographic and market.
Apparently, when you bought the pre-order, you got an item, a special item. You're probably wondering what item you could possibly get.
Was it a hat?
Worth having.
Was it a hat?
It was clothing, but it was an item of armor. Now, you don't wear armor as far as I'm aware, but it was particularly horse armor. And there aren't any horses. It was basically a joke based on the flipping DLC that you could get for Oblivion that was horse armor. Do you remember that back in the day? People were like, what the fuck is this horse armor? Why am I paying for horse armor? But yeah, that was a running joke. Apparently, they gave you some special item, which was a horse armor, which just sat in your inventory and did nothing.
That's a good laugh. I like that.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, I think I'm just not vibing with the whole kind of dad feeling humor of the whole thing. It feels very much like, come back to me, friends. I don't care that you're all 35. We're all friends.
Literally, like I said, aiming for that demographic who used to play them.
Yes. No, I'm totally cool with that. Like, I have watched several things, I'm sure, that were made exactly for me and that other people would have hated. The Warcraft movie. So, like, and I get it that sometimes people will go in and they'll be like, I don't care, this could be terrible. And this isn't terrible, honestly. This is not terrible. It's, my issues with this are down to the way I like to play games, and
it's very much, it's almost like an acquired taste.
I don't like the exhaustive conversation trees. Those annoy me, because after a while, when you were like, which one do I want? And I started seeing the fact that it was like, it didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was the one that moved it forward. The rest was just flavor text. And I was just like, I want something to have an effect, you know? Like, I want it, like, almost like I want to be able to die You know, if I say something rude to a pirate, I want him to stab me. You
Yeah.
know, rather than just like you feel very, very safe. You know, like there's nothing's gonna happen to you.
I suppose
in that way,
Go on, sorry.
Sorry, go on. No, you go on.
What I was going to mention was I think that then comes into the idea of how game designers come forward. In that sometimes I'm trying to think of one as an example. I can't place one where there may be lots of dialogue tree options, but it's kind of very clearly defined. This is the one to end the conversation. But then you get other options of flavor text to maybe expand on certain details.
I don't know if I'm misremembering this or not, but in The Witcher, specifically The Witcher 3, I seem to recall that the one... No, it was the game I was playing very recently. It's in Zelda. Basically, if you talk to someone, it gives you options of things to say, and none of them are going to get you killed, but like, say you go to a stable or whatever, and it's like, hey, how can I help you? And it'll be like 3 ways in which they can help you. And then the last option, which will just be like, I'm good. That can vary depending on what the option is, but it's always the option to leave, you know? So it's like, if you go into that mesh by accident, you're like, I'm going actually. But it's put in as one of the options, but it's obvious that that's the one that gets you out.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's the Mass Effect games as an example, which I think...
I consider those two, yeah.
Yeah, that's one that
those
springs
are
to
very
mind.
complicated.
Yeah, I've only ever played Mass Effect 2, funnily enough, but
I occasionally try and I keep trying to get Keith on the Mass Effect games because I know they're exactly his cup of tea.
Yeah.
He has a long backlog of games he needs to play.
Who doesn't at this point, though, right?
I don't really, because I don't really, due to various things about me, I can't play games without getting super into them. Like World of Warcraft, like when I played Pokemon Scarlet, and still am, but you know, I'm well into Tears of the Kingdom at the moment, so it's just like I actually had my Switch earlier, and I was like, oh, I'll just play a bit before the stream starts, and I remembered that last night I had played right up to the front door of the water temple in Tears of the Kingdom with my husband sitting next to me, and I thought, well, I can't do the water temple without him, you know. I mean, he's been with me the whole road to the water temple, and I was like, it's not like you can go to another save in that kind of game, so I was like, oh. So I actually opened up the N64 online and started an Ocarina of Time save.
Amazing.
Never played that game, so that's gonna be fun. Also, I did not realise that the name you put on your save file is the name it gives Link.
Yep.
So now Link is Claire, and that's I restart, and it's stupid. It's like, wake up, Claire, you're such a lazy boy, and I'm like, what? And any like classic Zelda player would have been like, you idiot. But like, it's
if you know, you know. That's the thing.
In Final Fantasy X was the first Final Fantasy to have voice acting, right? None of the others had it. None of the other characters could be renamed in Final Fantasy X, other than you. So in all the other Final Fantasy games, you could name all the characters whatever you wanted. Nobody was going to say it aloud. But in Final Fantasy X, you could name yourself. So nobody ever refers to you by your name, and after a while, you don't notice it anymore because like someone calls you kid, someone calls you new guy, you know, like nobody calls you by your name. Whereas in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Link is Link. You know, there isn't any way to change that. There's voice acting that pins that down. So I never changed Tidus's name. Did you ever change Tidus's name?
No, I tend to just keep the characters the same, partly because I'm always like, oh, I don't know what name I want, and it takes me half an hour to think of a name. I'm like, I'll just go with the default one.
I never really thought was necessary. Like, especially like classic games like 7. Who's renaming those characters? I mean, other than doing like a stream for laughs, like
that's the thing. Like, there's ways you can incentivize a name change. Like, I've seen loads of people do that before.
But like
say, like for example, it might be like the latest sub or the latest follower. That's the name of of a character.
But it's very interlinked with the Twitch, like viewer, YouTube, what's the word I'm looking for? Let's play. That's what I'm looking for. But there's a YouTuber duo that I watch a lot of, and they've played a lot of Zelda and to Breath of the Wild and beyond. But most of them you can name Link. So they actually had a T-shirt made of merch that had all the names they've given to Link, and they were ridiculous. One of them was Slump. One of them was like Schnarf, and it was just like, because whenever they're doing it, they're like, what should we call him? Bobkiss. Like, and it's just like the whole game, it just becomes really like, you forget how stupid the name is because you're like, this is dead. It's just...
and you get invested in it. That's the thing as well.
Yeah, like, see, I don't understand changing the name of, like, say, Final Fantasy characters, but I don't understand people who don't name their Pokemon. What's up with that? Do you name your Pokemon? Do you name them?
Yeah, I mean, look, fair play to anyone who can actually keep track of all the names of their Pokemon that they've renamed. But it's a fine art.
There's the Pokemon there to remind you what it is. I mean, maybe in the earlier games there wasn't. Is that the issue? That it was just a ball and the name, and you couldn't.
Or
tell
it's a
what was in
very
there?
tiny avatar, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I thought of that. Because obviously in the newer games, it's like a little kind of.
Yeah.
It's like, hi. It's like, hi, hello, I'm a Rita.
Whereas don't forget, though, the first games were on the OG Game Boy, so.
Yeah, sorry, I just enjoyed doing an impression of that. Better Call Sam or whatever. Call Stan, or whatever it was named.
Or the guy in the prison, right? Just, yeah, I'm going to keep moving my arms so randomly every time I talk.
I don't know if you've ever read any Terry Pratchett, but there's one where he goes to a version of Australia, and he's like, I need to talk to the Prime Minister, and they're like, all right, he's in here, and they're like, jail? He went, yeah. What did he do? Oh, nothing. Why is he in jail then? Oh, we just lock up our politicians as soon as they get elected because it saves time later. And
that's awesome.
Like, yes, fair cop. You know what you're getting into when you go for election.
Oh, amazing.
But
I think we're going to probably gradually start to properly wind down, as it were. But I guess, Claire, but before we wrap up, anything, for want of a better phrase, any other business? Anything else you'd like to have a quick chat about?
That thing I was going to tell you about earlier.
Okay.
Before we moved on. Sorry, hang on a second. I haven't. I'll be with you in a second. But I've since found that this is out of date information, but it was true at one point.
Okay.
And it's still funny that it was true at one point. So I feel okay sharing it with you. Hopefully I've still got the article open. Okay, yes. So this was true as of, from what I can work out, when was this article put up? It doesn't tell me. Right, well, let's just say it's true as of maybe a couple of years ago. Okay. So this is, and I vaguely started mentioning it earlier, but you may not remember. This is a list I have found of the most edited Wikipedia pages.
You did mention this, yes, and we were going to come back to this, weren't we? Okay.
So there's a lot, but I'm going to just focus on the top 10, shall we say.
Okay. So the most edited Wikipedia articles.
The ones that have been most edited. Now, interestingly, the one that's at number 10 is almost half the amount of the one that's not number 1. So
okay.
The one that's at number 1 is considerably more, you know.
Okay.
So the top one, I'll tell you now, 53,000 edits. Okay.
Wow, okay.
Number 10, 28,000. Okay.
And by the way, hello, Demure Girl. Just seen you popped up in the chat. Lovely to see you.
Demure Girl has been being my Zelda buddy while we've been it's funny because we like completely different parts of the game, so she'll be like, I'm enjoying this. I'm like, sounds like a nightmare, have fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, so let's make a little game of this then, as it were. So we've got like the top 10, you said. So the top 10 most edited Wikipedia articles. So I guess just to ask, so we can kind of set the bar a bit. How many, if any, are about a person?
That's a good question. There are, in the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 that are about people.
Okay.
I'll just say number 8 is about ABS-CBN programs. I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to say I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
What was it? AB?
It's a TV show. Oh my gosh, it's like a Philippine TV show.
Oh, okay.
Don't know.
So it's clearly
Let's
something.
Just put that to one side. It's not. It's not something that I think we're familiar with.
So there's clearly something significant about it.
It's hotly contested, apparently. So
Okay.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that one out of the running.
Okay.
And include number 11
Okay.
as well. So if we include number 11, that puts the number of people up to 1, 2, 4, 5.
So 5 people, as it were.
People. Half of them are people.
Okay.
Individual people.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is an organization.
Okay.
One of them is a country.
Oh, wow.
One of them is a website.
Okay, oh wait, I want to try this one. Is the most edited article on Wikipedia when it comes to the site, is it about Wikipedia?
No, but Wikipedia is the site. So the most Wikipedia is number 4. The article on Wikipedia is number 4 out of 10.
Yeah, okay.
35,000 edits.
Flipping
okay?
heck.
So number 4 is correct. I'll tell you for free that number 9 is the deaths in 2020, because apparently that got changed a lot doing it.
Okay, fair.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Can you guess what any of those 5 people are?
Gotta have a good think. I will say, if anyone in the chat as well wants to have a guess as well, feel free to chime in your guesses. See, because I know at a point you can lock down, or Wikipedia pages can be locked down, so they can't be edited anymore. So, for example, there might be, say, like, a significant person in world history that would be a logical assumption, perhaps, here and there. Or there might be, say, a US president that could be a logical assumption. So
I will tell you that there's a world history person who just missed out on this top 10.
Okay.
Arguably, all American presidents are world history people, but what I'm saying is that there is someone more notorious than recent world presidents who just edged out, which is Adolf Hitler.
I was actually going to say, is Hitler one of them, was my first thinking.
Hitler is just shy, he's at number 12.
Okay. I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing at this point.
he's 3 above World War II. Right, so let me give you some hints here. So at number 10, because we took out the ABS-CBN thing, is Barack Obama with 28,000 edits.
Mm-hmm.
At number 9 is the Catholic Church.
Oh, wow, okay.
With 28,110 edits. Then 9 is the deaths in 2020. Then 8 was ABS. Number 7 is someone from far in history, but we're pretty sure existed. Very important religious figure.
Jesus?
Jesus is correct. I don't know how much you can edit that, but apparently 30,600 people decided to make changes to that. Weirdly enough as well, number 6 is Michael Jackson with 31,286 edits.
Okay.
Wikipedia is number 4. Number 5 is a US president. But which one?
Is it T. Rump?
It is. Number 5 is Donald T. Rump with 33,968 edits.
Oh my word.
Wikipedia is there at 35,700. So we're in the top 3 now. And we have a country, a person, and a list.
Oh, okay. That's a curveball.
A list as in the current members of something. Which is obviously something that's going to change. But the number of edits that's been made to this is astronomical. So.
Okay.
In any order. First of all, which one of those 3 do you think is which? So which one do you think's at number 3?
So we've got the list of something.
We've got a list of people who are members of something.
Okay.
A person.
Okay.
And a country. Which do you think is number 1?
Part of me thinks it's going to be the list or the country, depending on what the country is, because a country being up there implies significant things have happened, or that many people want to edit certain aspects of information to reflect their thoughts on something that happened in said country.
Given the nationality of most of the individuals who've been in this top 10, you can probably guess what the country is. Right?
Is it the USA?
It is the United States of America, coming in at number 3 with 41,607 edits. So now we have 2 articles left. One of which, at number 2, has 47,000 edits.
Okay.
And one which is standing high on 53,000 edits.
Flippin' heck.
One of which is a person, the other of which is a list, a membership list, as it were.
Is the person the Queen?
No, although that is a good guess. I think it slightly predated the Queen's death, this list.
Okay.
So,
good point. Good point.
It was falling between like the Jubilee and her being... And also, and that sounds awful, but the world doesn't care as much about the Queen as we did, you know? Like,
Yeah,
it's
100%.
America's way bigger on the world stage.
So it's a person and a list of some kind.
Also, you've got to ask yourself, Jeremy, why would I have brought this up?
That's what worries me.
I wouldn't just do this to be incredibly dry at the end of the... There's got to be a reason I brought this up.
I don't think I can particularly guess either of these. The list makes me think it's got to be something to do with world leaders. Like, is it? Oh, what's it called? Like the G, what's it? That I keep forgetting the name of. The G7, is it?
Oh, the people who are involved in the like worldwide thingy summit.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough people involved. No, it's not that.
I will, for want of a better phrase, I will concede, as it were. So,
Okay.
So would you like to reveal what these are?
Yes. Okay, so first of all, do you have any idea who would be the top? Which one would be the top?
I'm going to guess the person is at the top.
No, actually, the person is at number 2.
Okay.
The person is President George W. Bush.
Okay, yeah, that kind of makes...
178 edits.
That kind of makes a lot of sense.
So we've got presidents, we've got deaths, we've got Jesus, we've got Wikipedia, where all these stats come from. We've got the entirety of the United States. And number 1, with 53,091 edits, is the current roster of the WWE.
Yeah, fine, fair, completely fair. That basically changes on a daily basis at this point.
That number has actually dropped, and I don't know how that works. I think maybe because some of the edits that were made were unmade, but it's now no longer the top one. There are ones above it, but I think some of them are to do with COVID, which makes sense. Because COVID, I have to say, is not on this list. So that makes me think that this was pre-COVID, you know? So, but it was just, it's the fact that number 2, 47,000. Number 1, 53,000. That's another 6,000, you know?
Yeah, and WWE, speaking as a wrestling fan, for better or worse, that wrestling fans can be incredibly anal and want to make sure things are right. And half the time, I'll bet you some of those changes are just getting people's names spelt correctly.
I'm just looking at other ones that are similar, and there really aren't. There's one that says ATP Tour Records, and I don't know what that means.
That's tennis.
That's tennis, is it? But then, number 16 is The Undertaker, right?
The
I
wrestler.
presume the character from wrestling.
Yeah.
Number 19 is UFC fight.
Yeah, because that would be a similar case where, like, the roster, for want of a better word, will probably change fairly regularly.
Impact Wrestling wrestlers. There's a lot of wrestlers, but the best part is 32 is Jehovah's Witnesses, and I'm like, that's a tag team I would watch. Right? Like, Canada versus the Philippines, who are next to each other in this roster as well. Eminem versus Beyonce. Oh, that's brilliant. Number 100, in case you're wondering, with 17,700 edits, is Celtic FC.
Okay. Interesting.
There's very little difference in, like, the below about 50. They're all very close, you know. But it's like, they're all just, a lot of them are countries like Russia, China, Paris is not a country, I know that. Then there's 83, Chelsea FC. And then above that, 82, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm like,
I mean...
And then above that, Joseph Stalin. This is like the worst fantasy football league ever. Elvis Presley and the entirety of Pakistan. So funny. It's the fact that there's things that are together that you would never put in the same sentence. Like 69, 70, and 71 are Manchester United, the September 11th attacks, and Ronald Reagan.
Flippin' heck.
I can't deal with it. Sorry, anyway, that's 67 WWE Raw, apparently.
Just the TV show in itself, not
just WWE. I guess it's just the article on WWE.
Well, I mean yeah. So many things that could be changed from that. But that was a fantastic little mention that you just said. I really, really enjoyed that. So thank you so much for that.
I know it's like low impact, but I think it will really make Jeremy laugh.
But like I mentioned, folks, I think we're going to start to wrap up things there. Nothing much more to add from myself. As mentioned, we will continue with Monkey Island next week. We will aim to get through Chapter 2, as it were. And depending how things go, we may do something else, or depending how long it takes and such. We shall see, but that will be the plan for the next stream. Claire, anything else you wanted to bring up at all or mention? Or are we going to wrap up for this evening?
I want to show everyone my Koraidon plushie.
Oh, wow!
Why? Yes, I have a problem.
No, you don't. It's all good.
Talk to me or my dragon son ever again.
So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Now I'll show you something. So for a little birthday gift over the weekend, I had a couple of mates at MCM Comic Con, and they stopped by Ractalyn, the artist stand, and they got me a Harley Quinn comic signed by her. So I don't know if you can see the signature at the bottom, but hang on, there you go.
It's your little cake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But
I have one last thing then.
But that
Jeremy.
cover I love.
It's beautiful. Is that the artist that you told me about?
That's Ractalyn, yeah. Amazing artist.
So my husband was also at MCM Comic Con,
and
my birthday is exactly a week after Jeremy's, so it's this Sunday, and he turned up with both
nice
out right now, but not just that. Hamish Steele was there, who is the author and showrunner of Dead Endia, and he signed it and drew me a little demon.
Amazing.
He drew Courtney. And so this one just says, "Hi, Claire," and the other one says, like, "You're groovy," or something. So we have both been very well looked after by our loved ones. So I'm sorry, I should have said it was Jeremy's birthday on Sunday, and it's going to be my birthday this Sunday.
No, happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday to you for a weekend just gone. Didn't you, like, flipping, go on, like, a 6-mile walk to celebrate or some mad shit?
I went to the last Arsenal game of the season in London. There was a variety of other bits and bobs going on. I had a whale of a time, as it were. It was a grand old time. And the final thing I'm going to close out on as well, because it's Pride Month as it were, I'm also just going to say Happy Pride Month, and here's the latest cover of DC's Pride special that they're doing. This art is by Jen Bartel, and it is flipping gorgeous.
It's lovely. I would like to take this opportunity also to wish all the homophobes a very awkward month. You've earned it. And I guess we'll see you next week.
Indeed, indeed. So, from myself, Jeremy, from Claire, until Friday next week, same time, 7:30 PM UK time, for some more Monkey Island-based hijinks, I'll say. Or brain-churning hijinks, there you go. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, take care and have a lovely weekend. And happy birthday to Claire!